Thank you everybody for coming to Join the Ray podcast. My name is Terry, the host with the most, and today we have a returning guest, Pro and Jimmy, and my dog Apollo wants attention. But yeah, thank you for all the support you've been giving. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, do the good thing. But tonight we're going to talk about some things on the Epstein's files from the parenting perspective. You need to learn to keep your kids safe, and that means being proactive in their lives and actually knowing what the fuck they're doing. Most people don't grasp that concept. They say children should have some bit of freedom, which I agree with to a certain extent if it's controlled and their safety is top priority. But we have two good parents here, very involved in their children's lives. They make sure that they know what they're doing on the internet. They know what they're doing in real life, and they make sure they're doing good. So yeah, we're gonna start on that one. Crow, you want to start us off? Oh, you go over there.
You threw a dog at me first.
I threw a dog on the side. I didn't really throw him. I just kind of handed him over.
Mm-hmm. Black on black crime.
First off, it's not black on black crime. First of all, he is an animal, not a people.
He has white spots.
He does have white spots. He has more privilege than I do.
3/5.
You just sound like us sure he has more 300 years ago.
Well, I mean, he's like got the cow mark. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an animal, not a person.
His paws have white on them too, if you didn't know.
White hands.
White hands. Shoot. It's like the white glove. No white glove reference there.
Yeah. MJ has been out to be a hero now.
Yeah. Well, I saw that, and that's what I was talking to Lauren about, and she's like, "Hey, did you know this?" And I was like, "All right, cool." Talk to her a little bit about it, back and forth. She's like, "Yeah." Oh my god, I'm not standing up and doing it. I'm not doing it.
It was weird seeing him in the videos that were released too.
Yeah,
he was there at the eating with all of the Bill Gates was sitting over on the couch, and he was eating on the side with a little plate on his fucking knees and shit.
Maybe he felt like he didn't belong or some shit. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I have a whole theory with Bill Gates and some of this shit.
Well, shoot it out there.
So there's parts of the files where they're referencing saying send the meat to the lab. You know how Bill Gates is 3D printing meat?
Mm-hmm.
They also have the from what is expressed as allegedly they have the capacity to clone. So that would also incorporate the fact that they're able to clone meat to produce it like a 3D printer.
Well, the thing is, it's not
molecular level.
It's not allegedly, because there's things like hot top celebrities and that cloning their animals, even though they have genetic defects and stuff like that. So yeah,
the Campbell's soup CEO, when he got caught, underlying reference of someone was interviewed. Yeah, this shit is for poor people. Why the fuck would I eat it? Yeah. Like, it's fake meat. We've been printing it off for years. It doesn't matter. They're poor.
Yeah, and so it's one of those things. It's like, there it is. There it is. The top echelon, how the real thoughts are on people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So
that's why I eat Progresso.
Progresso.
Oh yeah, it's delicious.
Really? I haven't had really canned foods or anything like that in forever.
I'll even eat it cold.
Yeah, I stock up constantly on canned foods these
days.
Out
of the can.
Yeah, I get that.
It's called laziness.
I should learn that one day.
Laziness? Or opening cans?
First off, I know how to open a can. I have a can opener.
I didn't know if you had to be ordered to do it.
Is that a rock?
It's like,
oh, all right. So,
to the protection of kids and
everything like that. So,
like
we need to.
My most recent run-in was with dealing with my child getting onto Roblox. I banned that from our household completely.
Absolutely, you should.
It's a fucking shit show of trafficking and child abuse and like some of the most craziest shit imaginable. I still can't believe half the stuff in the Epstein files and the Roblox cases on the other side of, like, that one female, I think she was like 40 something, that convinced the 8-year-old to drop the infant out the window.
Dude,
it was the most insane, heinous thing, and it's because they're allowed to get into these groups and just bring them into their own little private world and start the process of getting them to do whatever they want.
Yeah,
and it's fucking crazy.
Absolutely.
My kid still doesn't understand it though, because he can't grasp how that amount of evil, which I'm
But for a
glad he
child,
can't,
yeah,
but
yeah. So
I'm
say,
very glad he can't, but in the same way, he still doesn't understand why I am so aggravated and president on, you can't do this. I'll take away everything. I will smash your computer in front of you, or I'll give you a hammer so you can smash it if you do this again. Like, it
oh,
is
I get
that big
that.
of a deal.
Yeah, I get that. And then from my standpoint on that is like, it's a different time than when we were when growing up.
Oh yeah.
It's now it's if you protect your children too much, then they're gonna be susceptible and be fucking definitely fucking prey easily.
Mhm. Mhm.
I've seen it in several different people, and you see come across them, and you see the things you see these things, and you're like, that's why he has them here, to make sure that this doesn't happen or this doesn't happen, this that, because I will not allow people to do any kind of grooming tactics.
Oh yeah.
I refuse to. If as soon as I fucking see it, I'm like, nah, bitch, get your ass over here. You're my kid now. I don't care if you fucking think you're an adult yet, but you don't have real world life figured out yet. So we're gonna make sure you are okay. Because not only do you have
And
potential,
informed.
oh yeah, 100% informed. Not only do you have potential to do good things for yourself and your community when you get older and choose to do so, but you need to have someone that's going to be transparent and honest with you. That's going to help you out, no
Well,
matter
and
what.
that's usually a person too that wasn't, every high school experience and up middle school to high school. It's the tribal experience of finding your clique and your class of people that you usually hang out with, and those are the people that are like didn't ever do that, or were just, I'm friends with everyone, everything's fine, and you never find your place.
Yeah.
And then when everyone's giving you attention on the next beat that you never got, wow, that sounds great. I'm feeling all of the endorphins. Haha. Dopamine's dope.
Yeah, that for that right there, that's so problematic. I look at people and say, look, there
Mm-hmm.
should be levels to everything. There should be point this or that to everything. Not like everything's okay. I never like goes with simply basis. Like, what do the bottom line? The friendship. So there's levels to this shit. I've talked about it before.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, like there's people that you run across. There's acquaintances. Then there's friends, and then there's like better friends, and there's best friends, and there's people you consider family, and then there's above that, which mean you talked about, and you said you disagree with my standpoint on it, but I'll give a reason why. Of brotherhood level is because that brotherhood level at the top. We'll start at the top. Brotherhood levels, yeah, they're there for you in and out of every process of where you're going from, and they don't mind holding you fucking so accountable that you have to look at it in the mirror, look yourself in the fucking mirror, which you don't want to do, and say, I'm the fucking issue here. I need to fix myself. I need to do this, do that. Family underneath that. The reason why I say it's underneath that, because family accepts certain things and don't always hold you accountable. And we all know this as we know each other's backgrounds. This one, they don't always hold you accountable. They think that you shouldn't hold them
No.
accountable either. And
No.
then, but they're still there for you in the capacity. Best friends, they have there's levels to it. You can't always be there for each other, but you are so close that, you can take like years, like me and Jimmy right here.
Mm-hmm.
We fucking sometimes don't talk, sometimes like months at a time, and we just call, yo, what the fuck you doing, bitch? Sit like that.
Right
Yeah,
back
Yeah.
from
everything like
day
that,
one.
Yeah, just like it's so
Easy
good.
pickup.
Yeah, and then there's friends who you hang out with occasionally, casually, stuff like that. Then the acquaintances are people that are there when you're doing stuff, and then the strangers. So I put in those tiers, and everybody's just like, yeah, you can't put your friends in like classifications. Yes, the fuck I can.
Watch me.
Like I do it all the fucking time, and
Like,
when
there
they
is
figure it out,
Segregate.
there is no way I'm
absolutely
going
that.
to talk about anything that I would say to my brother that I would trust my life with. There is no way I would say that to even 90% of the people that are around me ever.
Yeah. Yep, and that's the thing, and people think that like I try to be as transparent as possible, always. So when they ask me the questions like, "Oh, where's my level?" I was like, you sure you want to ask this right now in front of people? You sure you want to do this? You can just shoot a message."
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Yeah, I can take it." Oh, you're acquaintance.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah, you're acquaintance level. So, oh, we're not friends? No.
You have a punch-in card. It's on the side.
And they're like, they ask like, why? Okay, cool. It's like, what do you provide of substance in my life? So what? Is it entertainment? Is it knowledge? Is it like, anything else that goes into any of the spectrums that I find are important? They're like, wait a minute. It's like, I'm just asking. And they can't give me an answer. And they say, what do you provide? Knowledge, trustworthiness, loyalty, and the fact that if you need something and I have the capacity to handle it, I will handle it. So, yeah.
And the token black friend.
First off, I'm
Everyone
not God, yeah, look, motherfucker. Just because I am black doesn't mean I'm going to be the token. There's some groups that
you're
are
a
more
good
than
token.
prove it. Wait, why did I say fucking prove it? I just accepted that shit. First off, fuck no. No, we're going back. No layup here,
token.
motherfucker. Fuck you, motherfucker. Oh, but no. I just, goddamn, you got me flustered right now, motherfucker. I hate you so much.
Don't say it like that. It sounds super gay.
Hey, first off,
I held everything in when you said you just really try to be transparent. I'm like, why though? You just trying to get black off you?
You trying to be
first off,
transparent?
look, I'm not. My mom always used to tell me, that, look, your daddy wasn't a glass maker. And I always say, are you sure? Because I ain't seen him since I was fucking like 5. Sure he wasn't?
Like,
I got my ass whooped. Got my ass whooped a couple times for that shit, though.
Like, it would have been a short movie. You couldn't see him in it.
Well, I got my ass whooped a couple times for that shit, though, because she's like, that was funny, huh? So, yeah. Got that belt. Got that belt real fast. Like, you want to be funny? But is it funny? This is going to hurt you more than it hurts me. Is it funny now?
She hits you so much, you start looking like Bubba Gump.
Oh, but man, it's
like
just
fried shrimp, butter shrimp.
Oh man, shrimp sounds good now. Now you thinking anything? Now I'm gonna get shrimp. Now I'm gonna have to get shrimp.
Yeah, let's
Took my kid to Bubba Gump's.
Yeah, Bubba Gump's good.
Shrimp over in the bay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there. He takes it. He's eating one. He's like, "No, that's good." And then I'm like, "No, bud." I'm like, "You peel it and then you dip it here in the butter that we have on the platter." And he does that, and he's just like,
"Oh, yeah."
Like he did the head throwback, and he was just like, "Oh."
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, feel that.
Lord, speaking of Bubba, that's how he was when I made him food. Crow had to hear about it too. Like,
oh no, I did the same exact thing to him when he came over here.
Mm-hmm. He's like,
he was
that's so good. I was like, man, you act like you don't eat real food.
If I had to slam on the brakes at all of the car ride home, my whole fucking car would have been just sprayed with Bubba juice. Like, he would have just popped like a fucking deer tick.
Oh yeah, I don't get that. All right. So
anyway,
January 2026, DOJ released 3 million pages naming people
of the 6 million.
Yeah, there's actually no real count of actually how many people were involved. Still, like there's no accurate count
of the pages that they were supposed to release. They only released half of it.
Okay, yeah,
that's what was referenced of the thing I was talking about with Pam Bondi. That's why I was
the percentage of redactions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, the redactions themselves were ridiculous, but
not for the victims.
Yeah, not for the victims, unfortunately. But it's just it makes me fucking Victims, survivors that kind of go into the same category here. You know that.
Is they'll redact a whole fucking page, but then they'll leave like the dates and times and then like miscellaneous like information.
Not
but then like everything within the confines, you just see a square and you're just like, really? Like the whole thing? I'm like,
even a lot of the stuff now is they left in all of the horrible shit and just everyone that is implicated of doing these things is just cut off. Not the victims or survivors, whatever they want to call themselves.
Which in itself is a fucking another slap in the face to them. I was like, if you're not going to tell who did this to me, why are you telling the whole world I was a victim? Because that fucks with people's mentalities too. Especially somebody gets down to it, they're like, I saw your name on this list randomly as fuck.
Yeah. If I can touch on that real quick, because that was what I was wanting to talk to you on the Pam Bondi thing.
Go ahead.
Was during the DOJ's testimony that they were all trying to get some answers out of her for the 3 million that was released, and questioning the DOJ's pretty much mishandling of everything involved.
Absolutely.
It wasn't the lying under oath, but
or pleading the fifth.
They had I think I had it down as 12 survivors that were brought into there that were trying to give evidence and testimony, as well as just showing that they're ready to fucking go guns and
Yeah.
show up in public in the world and show their faces and names, whatever.
They're willing to put themselves on the fucking spotlight just to get this shit taken care of.
Right.
They really take their instead of self-preservation to make sure that they know what hears about it. It's like, this does not need to happen to anyone else again. We need to fucking show them these people and what's happening and what actually went down.
And so when Dan Goldman, he was a representative, started questioning her on this, because she's just straight up stonewalling and like trying to, she doesn't answer a single question pretty much the whole time. She just, it's garble goop coming out of her fucking mouth. So when he starts questioning, he moves to talking to the survivors that were there in there. And every single one of them had referenced that they tried to share evidence. Their family members had tried to share evidence and their testimonies with the DOJ's office. Every single one of them was denied and refused to be able to share their evidence and testimonies. That's why they showed up there in that meeting. Like, that is fucking insane.
And that's why, like,
Department of Justice lead.
Yeah. And like, Jimmy was here when I started going through the files.
Mm-hmm.
And they say everything can be found in DOJ's website, right? Under the Epstein file library, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why last month, 'cause I looked at it last month.
Mm-hmm.
I referenced other sources true last month too. Everything was fucking there. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
I checked, was it Monday or Tuesday, Drippy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I went to it again. Half of it's fucking gone.
That was because of the, that was when this was happening, the Pam Bondi.
But the crazy thing is, why would you do that? And then I say, cool, I'm going to go to the other government site. I'm going to go to the FBI site because I know it's there.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what it is? Guess what it is?
A great shit show of a fucking dude.
Guess what? FBI site has all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Transparency Law Act says they can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
So why is the DOJ taking it off? FBI has it on. Homeland Security has it on still, by the way. And DOJ retracted it, but it keeps all the pictures, all the picture files. That's right there. It's like, that's wrong.
Well, and well, to be fair on that note, you know, they can try and fix and curate anything. It's basic misinformation. Get all of the information spread about different fucking areas of what the truth is, and now it's all going to be jumbled no matter what. It just spreads more context of what they. Oh, well, that's not what this part said, and then this part. Well,
But
you know, it was.
That's what sourcing's for. People don't know how to source in the first place. It's like, oh, let's do this one, this one, everything that correlates. Let's do time dates. Let's do who actually reported this, where the file came from, which law firm was which. Because if the law firms don't match up, that means that it changed hands, and then the evidence ticket number. And people don't know this stuff about evidence. You have to go through that too, because then it correlates to whatever else goes to it. And you look at all this stuff and like, all right, you put it all together. Say, okay, now there's a clear line of with the start time, medium, date, and it branches off from there. So you have a base. Branching off sucks no matter what when you do sourcing. No matter fucking what. That's why I hate this motherfucker sometimes. And you sometimes. Because y'all give me things of substance that are proven and everything like that. And I start going down these fucking rabbit holes. And I'm still to this day, still dealing with shit that he fucking sent me, that Jimmy over here sent me from fucking 2 months ago. I'm still going down that fucking rabbit hole.
Hey, we talk about it every time you go out for a smoke.
I hate you. I hate both.
I send you so many. I'm like this one. I'm like, which one?
I know. And the bad thing is, it's not like I'm doing one at a time. If it was, I'd probably not be so manic on certain things. But I can't work like that.
The audacity, first alone, in that last statement you just made,
go ahead,
of talking with another manic person. You have no ability of self-preservation talking with me on anything. Like,
I know.
What did you expect, you fucking idiot?
But it's fun, though, too. That's a bad thing, because I like knowledge. I like knowing everything that I can know that can correlate to anything in real life.
And if it's what I assume that I remember, chances are that, okay, so yeah, and I was going to say that all of those roots go to the same tree.
Oh, they do. Like, even Epstein file, I looked at it, I forgot exactly which one because it didn't have any reference to the kid stuff, but I'm going to touch on that one. And I'm probably going to see, not touching, like, you know what I mean? Look, I talk traditionally. Fuck off on this shit. But I'm gonna go over that one, and I'm gonna probably have you two here with me too, and have Sean here so you can get the political weight of how that affected everything, especially from those countries and how they have influence here. They've had more influence here than anybody's ever fucking known. Even though people are waking up now little by little, it's not enough. And so we need to get the word out there.
It's because everyone's struggling to fucking survive, dog. Like,
yeah,
even though it's horrid and fucked up as it is, like, I have almost all the people that truly are fucking aghast by it still have to wake up, go to work, take care of the kids, make sure you don't lose your home, have everyone fed.
Also, like, don't lose your job.
The Walmart Republic.
Walmart Republic.
Eat our fucking 3D printed meat.
It's almost the same conditions.
You're not wrong, actually. You're not fucking wrong.
The Walmart thing just kind of fit way too good with that one. That's what I was like.
But yeah, we're gonna go over that, and I'm just get times for y'all too for that one. But yeah, back to the 3 million page names name people like Howard Lutnick, Trump's Commerce Secretary, and Catherine Rumor, Goldman Sachs bigwig, Goldman Sachs bigwig. And tied them to like island visits and like shady backdoor deals, like nothing on paper, but you know there was fucking evidence because Epstein had files on people, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fucking Prince Andrew Windsor, like fucking, oops.
Yeah, and then in the files itself, it said something about how they were looking to fracture MAGA and Democratic Party alike. I was like, all right, cool. This is weird because like I get it, this is weird because these kind of plays are made by people of not just influence, but people who have the will. You know what I mean?
And
like
resources.
They're willing to say, cool, this is what needs to happen. We need to figure out how to do it. Here's the plan. What do we do with the plan? We're going to execute the plan. Then we're going to, like most people say, throw out the fucking plan. Like people like us say, throw out the fucking plan. But this one, they kept to its like T, and it worked for so many years, and it kept working. And then you tie everything like for the people they had together, and they tie into like Clinton, even Trump, Bill Gates, and then you know it kind of how it enabled.
The royal family, Princess Sophia from fucking Sweden, Norway, Princess Mette Marit, whatever, however the hell you say her name. Like it's for pure royalty and presidential. It is the top of the top.
Yeah. And then you look at things like why Epstein was trying to get Putin overthrown. You know, like it put that in there too. It's like crazy.
Fact, you know, ask me 4 years ago if I would be agreeing with the most logical part of my brain and entrusting my thoughts towards Putin as the calling card to try and fight the Rothschilds. Like, what?
I mean,
I did not expect that one. I know he hated the gays. He kept that shit out of his country. He knew, but that's how it was portrayed. He said, "I hate gays. You know, get the fuck out or keep it to your goddamn self." You know,
but, like he rides through a river horseback topless.
Fucking rah Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen.
But when you look at it from a logical societal basis, like, cool. If you're gay, that means there's no procreation. That means there's no building of your country. That means that hinders you later on down the line generationally. You know, that's what I always looked at it like. It's like, cool, you don't like people that are gay. Cool, I don't give a shit. That's not a big thing for me because, like, to me, it's like your sexual preference isn't my fucking problem. It doesn't fucking fix anything in life.
The only problem is when they proliferate it to children.
Exactly, or push it on people and saying they have to fucking make them acknowledge them as they're something fucking special. They're fucking not. They're human beings. Get over it.
That's the thing. Is that and then they're like, oh, you can't say it to me. I'm gay. It's like, so being gay gives you a special privilege of me not saying whatever the fuck I want. I'm like, I'm going to say what I want regardless. You pounding buttholes or scissoring has no fucking what's the word? Dictation on what I'm going to articulate.
I don't think it ever should.
No.
No, it has nothing to do with it. Don't ask, don't tell. I don't want to know about your sexual life. Keep it to yourself.
Exactly.
You can be the gayest, flamboyant man all you want.
Well,
Dope, but I'm
me
still going to
timbers.
talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And if you find words offensive, then don't talk to me. That is your complete God-given right, but I'm still going to say what I want to say.
I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it with the microphone.
It's my words, and I want it now.
Yeah. There's no need for all that to ever matter. Like, any sexual identity doesn't mean shit to me. It never fucking will. Like, you're a human, you're a decent one or a bad one or a good one. I don't give a fuck. You're just one of those three in my category, and that's it. Like, it's not anything else. It's like, because somebody kept using the term evil. I'm like, okay. And it's like, they said, I said, why do you say this is evil? I was like, because this. Like, no, it's horrible, not evil. So what do you mean? He's like, there's a lot of things in this world that you have not seen yet, and you don't know what true evil is until you come across it. And you will know. You absolutely will truly fucking know. Because, like, Crow, you told me your story last time, time before that. It was about how you saw the bridge scenario, the babies and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, that right there. So yeah, that was horrid. That could be considered evil. And then you had to break it down further and look at where it led to that. It's like, okay, cool. This isn't true evil, but it is really fucking bad.
It's really fucking bad.
It's not evil though, because you don't look at the whole scope. You just look at this one moment. Because if we all of us, anyone even listening, there's just your one worst moment. If you're judged by that, what do you look like? Are you fucking good, evil, bad, or evil? I look evil.
Yeah, I immediately admit that. Yeah, fucking evil is goddamn sin. I know that.
I'd say it all the time because you see it.
Whether it's purely fucking negligence and just stupidity at the time, it doesn't matter. The acts were still done. I still observed that shit. It still happened. The end.
God, he should be dead.
Whether there was any control of that, it's not on the table.
No. But no, it's one of those things we can't. And that's why, like, I think, you touch on it here and there every single time somebody fucking gives me a fucking compliment or something like that. I'm like, I don't see myself like that. Because as much as other people can't judge you for your worst day, I judge myself on my worst day.
No one can do shit to me. Mm-hmm. I do this shit at a constant basis. From daybreak to sundown to daybreak again. And then I go to sleep for a day, maybe.
For a day? All right. So you both are completely active in your children's lives. So we have two fucking good, really, really, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm opinionated on this one, and I have a strong opinion. Two men here who are teaching their children to be young men to get ready for life, and they hold them to a standard. They still let them be children, though, but they still protect their children, too, on top of this. So, Crow, you told me an example of, like, how you keep your son out of fucking the internet bullshit and making sure he's protected and stuff like that, because you caught some stupid, weird shit like that happening.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I got into a huge argument with with Meta because my kid likes to play the Oculus. But Meta won't let you do your own thing like an Xbox party where you do an Xbox party, you can't hear nobody else.
Yeah.
Meta refuses to do anything like that. So when your child or whoever's playing it, you have to interact with everybody around you, and there's no circumstance that can fix that. So all you get to do is mute the microphone, and you can't mute anybody else.
So they can't do like group parties and just group private servers and like that either. Like they do in Minecraft, but they won't. Like I mean, like, do they do that? Like the private servers where he's like, you're playing one game by himself.
What he would have to do in that situation is actually himself buy a whole fucking server for only his kid and his friends to hang out with, which they can still leave that server and
go to others,
wander into anything else by the click of a button, and whatever happens at that point.
It's complete uncontrolled. Yeah,
that's my thing. Is like, at least on Xbox, right? Like, I could just start up a party and then there's nobody else. I'm not going to hear somebody yelling slurs or fucking all kinds of wild shit.
Yeah, to your kid especially, like and stuff like that.
Like, you don't want fucking us playing with your goddamn child while we're just having fun being old men.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I will
true.
yell slurs.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just part of the fucking banter at this point.
I have
Mhm.
taken part in the racism here or there.
What,
I have
Terry?
no idea
Shame
about how
on
many
you,
times allegedly.
Terry. Shame,
Shame, shame, shame. I
shame.
know, but it's all good. But no,
Oh, I'm
so
gonna take a piss.
of course you are, motherfucker. Right when I was about to say something, this
Well, I'm
motherfucker's
trying to
It's
like,
all
water
right. I'll
water.
talk to you, sweetheart.
no, I appreciate you. At least you talk to me. You better take your headset off before you fucking go in there. I don't want to hear you fucking pissing.
I'm going to the backyard. You're gonna hear me scream.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fair.
that's what I'm talking about. Love to hear
I mean,
it.
it's not live. It's not my fault.
It happens, man. But like when I was like in the parenting role, like everybody asked me, like, why don't your kids play this game, this game, this game? Like, because I don't allow them to. Like, what do you mean? It's like, because wow, he really did. He really did. Why don't allow them to? Because I have no control over making sure they're good. So when we play games as a family. Like, my friends' kids, like literally they'll play a game together, but we're over here overseeing that shit though, making sure nobody else goes in there, anything like that. But we, like, again, we were on Xbox, so it wasn't like, anybody and everybody can come play. And we told them, said, cool, no voice chat at all. I was like, what? I don't care if it's a kid or not. No voice chat at all. We cut that out. And he's had the same thing for his kid. And yeah, they just played everything like that. And because they have these things in the games for if you don't have a fucking mic, you can do things like ping and stuff like that. So I made them learn how to do that. And then they're like, oh yeah, it's easy like this. And they started playing games that way. And I told them only on the weekends or holiday breaks or something like that. It's the only time you get to play video games. I don't care how good you are during the week, but video games are for enjoyment when you're free time, when you earn it. It is it's not a need, it's not a necessity, it's a want. So, it's a privilege to get it.
Can I ask at the time, how old were they,
The
generalized?
oldest at the time was 10,
Okay.
then 8, then, and so on and so forth. But they were young. So it wasn't like, only one of them was playing video. All of them were, but we did things like Mario Kart, Mario Party, things like that for children that actually nobody can actually interact with each other. Or like we played like some Mortal Kombat here and there, and my friends' kids would play Mortal Kombat, but no voice chat at all because when you do online play, sometimes you get random people. It's like I don't want that chance to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but I am more lax than that than you
Yeah.
even. I ban specific games that I know are rampantly bad. Like he has 7 Days to Die. Dark and Darker. Like just more even our creators. Like, yeah, you might hear some heinous shit, but that's going to be the world for him eventually.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it still has to be controlled of who he talks to and how he presents himself to people online. And we've gone over and over in this, and I've talked to you about it. But he has to make those mistakes too, and then get punished for them to learn anything from it, of whether it's wrong or right, of how he presents himself in an online basis, because that's all they're going to have. It is too far gone of them not to have a footprint in the online. Like, yes, even for reference of damn near at the beginning of the podcast of, things have changed, but yet this is still 3 men right here that have watched, like the BME Pain Olympics and beheadings and horrible fucking videos.
One guy, one jar.
When we were kids.
No,
Yeah,
don't.
one guy,
I
one
was
jar.
trying to hope nobody said that dumb shit.
And the light bulb one, the hatchet versus genitals. All those things were a thing that happened, and we were young kids too watching that shit. Fuck that light bulb. Oh, dude, I can still and then when you watched it, cause you've seen it now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, come watch this video, and you get those 5 on that 5, and that's how it spread throughout the whole little communities of our dumbasses. But But that is again like almost a near tribalistic trial at that point. But that's how it's going into it now. Except for some reason, instead of it's happening with your friends, you sneak onto your dad's computer and watch some porn or something, crazy. Now it's you're interacting with adults doing the same exact thing on that level in dangerous
Yeah.
situations. So there has to be give and take. And I know this, and I'm very bad at that.
Are you? Are
Yeah,
you?
I don't know anyone else like it too, but I am bad at it because, when things are being solved, I want resolution and actual being solved at the time instead of just letting it go forward and curating it as it goes. It's really hard for me to do that.
So I know everybody thinks I was more strict, which I am. I really am.
Oh yeah,
And that's just who I am because of like how
but it helps
I am
me
in general.
too.
Yeah, it's just because my balancing act is usually like strict and then wean it down because I'd rather be more strict on high up and like make sure everything's fucking safe first and then lower it down. That way I can get a good balance. That way I know one, kids are safe. Two, I don't have to fucking go out and do the black mask and dark van kind of thing. And then three, my kids are completely unaware of how dark it can possibly get. They know it can get dark, but not how dark it can possibly get. Because I think children should not have that knowledge until they get to the right age. Because like there's certain things like sex, things like that, young children shouldn't know about yet. Should not. Like children should be children until they get to a certain point. Like of course the friends and stuff like that, like and
It's
everything
always
like
going
that.
to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. But I think until that happens, like naturally, like in a good light. I learned about sex like when I was in middle school, and we were hanging out in the locker room and shit like that, and we were just talking about it because boys just being boys, talking about it, talking about girls, everything like that, and then
Want
it's
to
like
see the
this
pecker?
stuff like that, rat towels and shit like that.
What?
Yep. And then they make a reference to something like, "What's that?" And then they start telling you, and then of course you never took it home to your parents
But
because
now,
like, I'm
now
gonna
it's
ask.
videos.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
has a phone, and
Exactly.
if it's a different child's family, like one of Jace's best friends, which is a really good kid, he still plays Roblox, and they allow it in his family. And I am in no way
That's there.
sheltering any other kids or other parents' stuff to go along with what I want in my household. Because he's a really great kid. Awesome. Dope. But it's different,
I bet you
because
he plays the Sandy Hook shooting game.
no, he's genuinely just a really soft-spoken, just likes to play because all of his friends are playing it. He's
They
a
even
follower.
did a whole simulation on that fucking game where they simulated and redone
I
the
saw
Sandy Hook
that.
shooting with the victim names and everything.
Yeah,
That's fucking wild.
and then the newer stuff of the ice kills. You go in there and kill all of the people dressed in ice uniforms.
So my thing is like they say people like us, okay? I'll say it like this: people like us are the problem.
What do you mean us?
And first off, I mean us. You know exactly what I mean by fucking us. Don't fucking try to turn this shit around on me. But people like us are the problem because we will react and do the things we deem necessary. But they allow such heinous fucking things openly, and they're okay. They're not judged. They're not criticized, and it's okay because it's just how it's just the video games. But this is something that atrocities. Even the ice shootings, I wouldn't put that in a fucking video game because guess what? A life was still lost. No matter how I felt about that person or not, a life was still lost. And I do think life is precious.
We as
Some
adults
people
can
don't.
joke about it or talk about it
But
and
you're putting it into
analyze.
children. That's the fucking problem.
Well, and so the problem with it, though, is that they're correlating video games with reality so they can continue to indoctrinate children into a violent circumstance so that these radical progressivists? No, I'm going to word them like terrorists because that's what they're like.
Networks.
Progressivists.
Progressivists. I like that.
Progressivists. Gotcha.
That's what they do so they can proliferate and then justify how their behavior. Like that's why they call people Nazi or fucking anything else fascist. So they can work the belief in the articulations in a manner of which is manipulatable so they could justify their shitty behavior. It's all about exposure and manipulations of societal perceptions.
Put a little reading rainbow with the
radically left-leaning
progressivism
political terrorist.
Yeah, but yeah, it's But again, it's fucking frustrating that's happening, because you, especially looking from the outside down, I'm not actually like rearing up children anymore, and I have to see it. And after I've been in that role, I just look at it. I'm like, they don't see nothing wrong with this. Like, how do you not see this? And then I talk to my friend who has kids. I was like, all right, your kid played this game? So yeah, all right, Joe, do you know about this game? And they're like, I know there's some shady stuff around it, but stuff that's like, do you open your phone ever? So yeah. So what do you do mainly? So what do you mean? What do you do for your children? And they say, oh, house, food, the bare minimum stuff, and they think that they're doing a really good job. I'm like, but you allow them on the internet.
So
And
what
you
did they
don't
do
know,
on the internet?
you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Unmonitored.
100% unmonitored. And they're like, yeah, then they said something about, oh, they're in a Discord. Like, what the fuck did you say? He's like, yeah, they're in Discord. Like, how old's your kid? 12. So get them on fucking Discord now. So what? So there's too many things I've seen myself, 100% myself, that it's not even the fucking lock servers you gotta worry about. It's every server if you don't know who's in there.
I made a server for him and his friend to be added onto that I can monitor at 24/7 basis of everything going on. I also control all passwords to his computer to where if I shut them off, he's done. There's no internet, there's no password, there's no access, there's no nothing until I look through every fucking thing. This is a daily fucking thing for me. But you're talking about iPod babies or iPad babies, the ones that they're being raised by the internet and other forms of that because parents are lazy.
Absolutely. And like, he asked me, he's like, oh yeah, you didn't give your kids the tablets on that? I said, no. I said, what? Not at all. I said, why? I said, because there's too many things. And like, even like when they went to school and brought back their laptop computers from school, which I hate they do that shit now. But even though it's for remote learning when they have like closures or bad weather, I get that point. But it's like, they should lock down these fucking laptops more, because these children have access to things and they are smarter than the people fucking like blocking the shit. And like, what do you mean? I went through my little girl's laptop one day. I said, let me bring your laptop. She said, okay, cool. And she didn't know like my profession at the time, by the way. So she didn't know I could just search every fucking little aspect of this. And she said, what are you doing? She said, no, I'm just looking something. I went to the DNS. I went through every fucking site that she's ever been to. Everything. It's like, why are you on YouTube? Why are you on this? Why are you on that? Why are you on that? Why are you on that? She's like, how do you know that? I clear the history. She's like, because I know how to work computers and technology,
Listen,
honey.
sweetheart, we are the masters of liars and manipulation. We were born in it, bathed by it, molded by it, okay?
Yeah.
I was there at its fabrication.
You have no understanding of our power.
And the reason why is because like her mom said, I think she's on YouTube. Said, cool, I can find out real quick. And said, tell her come out here when she's done, bring her laptop. So I do that. So why? Because if she tries to hide it, I'm gonna know. If she doesn't try to hide it and is honest, then I'll know, okay, cool, we're on good terms. We can just have a conversation. She tried to hide it. I was like, cool. Went through that, went through the DNS, and then I could see all the web addresses. And she's just like, I showed her, said, you see that? She said, you can't delete that, honey. And she's like, what? So, yeah, you can't delete that. So why?
Here's my footprint. Where am I
every
going?
single device has an IP address. Yeah. Here's yours. Yeah. And that's always tracked. You're good, brother. It's always tracked and it's never going to go away. She's like, what do you mean? It's like, there's ways to get around that, but you do not have the knowledge for that. So you need to learn something. What? When we ask you a question, usually we know the answer before we ask it. So being honest and transparent is the best way to be. So get off YouTube, stay off YouTube. She's like, what about YouTube Kids? You're going to have YouTube Kids if you come and talk to us and ask us. As long as your homework's done, you're good to go. You know what I mean? Gave her the YouTube access. Said, okay, cool. Give it give it a way for them to do it the right way. So they know, okay, cool. If I ask and they say yes, we're good. If they say no, we give them a reason why no. So
Dude,
yeah,
Netflix kids, YouTube kids, Hulu kids, all these kids things, they're still absolutely fucked and filled with propaganda.
They are, and I've had to go through it. It's like, cool, what do you want to watch? It's like this, and I go through it. It's like, cool, give me 20 minutes. Let me go through it as much as I can. Look at reviews for it, see if there's anything like horrible, and I'm gonna check out some episodes. You say you can watch this many episodes or whatever, and then after that, stop, and then I'm going to watch it first, like I did with movies or TV shows. I watched them before they did. They tell me what they wanted. Cool, I watch it, make sure they're not referencing or pointing to anybody's fucking bullshit.
What, like a drag queen reading?
Yeah,
kids?
Drag queens for fucking children and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? They're children. Let them be children. That pisses me the fuck off.
Oh,
There's nothing sexual about it.
Then go
disgusting.
into your regular attire. Go read to the children then.
Exactly. Like there's a creator I actually adore. Call me Chris. Her.
Mm-hmm.
She's funny. She's not over sexualize any fucking thing, which I think is fantastic. And she's general ass public figure that doesn't fucking push an agenda either. And the funniest thing is she's Canadian, okay? And she's dating a guy who lives here in Texas, and she just moved to Texas. And she's doing her visa and citizenship and everything, by the way. So, wowee, somebody legally? Doing the right legal thing.
My gosh, she's legally coming into the United States. That's wild in itself.
And then, like, the person she's dating...
white. She's an American.
She's white. She's an American. It's crazy. She's Canadian until she becomes American.
No, I'm making fun of how like the liberal ideologies. Like at my kid's school, there's they have a poster, right, and it says "immigrants are power" or something along those lines. It's not exactly verbatim, and every single person on that page on that little poster is brown.
Immigrants are power. Is that what you said?
Like I said, it was some fucking stupid phrase, and on there, all of the immigrants were of color. There wasn't nobody from Switzerland, Germany, Ireland, nobody of these other cultures in Europe. There's just fucking like Ethiopia, fucking Middle East, Mexico. And I'm just like,
no.
I mean, in the same sense, like as much shit as we give Terry, like we're the true minorities in this state and age now. Like we're not the banking systems. We're not the high echelon of, the 1%. We are the regular working people as well. We need
an ethnic cleansing.
We're all having a shit sandwich shoved down our throat every single day of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Keep us divided. Fuck it.
And I think a big portion of that, where it started, was when Dodge sued Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Because it took the good-hearted nature out of American businesses, taking care of its workers.
All of the true factories shutting down that built this country were the loss. Once we started taking away all of the jobs here in the United States.
Well, no. So there's a part where Ford was trying to give a huge bonus to all of its people within its company, and Dodge was like, "Oy vey, you're not gonna do that on our watch," and took them to court, sued them, and successfully got them sued because the intentions, the purpose of what a corporation is supposed to do is watch out for its investors, not its coworkers, not its subordinates,
employees. Yeah,
that's the word,
employees.
I got you.
That's exactly how Roblox treated the insinuation of they should control what is happening in their games that they're doing. Is that we're just here for the people that have stock in our company that are paying us. Mm-hmm. We don't care about your children.
And here's the thing about it. Like, I have someone who plays Roblox. You know her too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not because she enjoys it. It's because she doesn't have the means to get a game. Mm-hmm. Which I get that standpoint to a degree. And I talk to her about it all the time. And she's like, yeah, this. And yesterday she messaged me. She's like, you know what? Fuck this. I can't stand this, that, everything about it. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't talk to people in the game. I don't do any of this stuff. I just play with my younger sister, and that's fucking it. I don't fucking do any of the other shit. And then she saw something one time, and she's like, fuck this. This is fucking horrible. I was like, and she finally saw it. She had to come to light to terms of her own, even though, you know, the information out there and that. And she told me about the verification stuff. She said the verification system fucking busted. Doesn't work right at all. So this is fucking horrible.
You can't even change it after you try and do it.
You can't.
No.
Even if you go to their full out support system, which she told me how stages, how she went through it all. She's like, I'm this age. I should not be around people that are 12 years old playing this game.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't make sense.
You can't even make a parental profile. Like, it won't let you change it.
No, it won't. And I'm just like, this is fucking wild. This is asinine. And then in my head, I'm thinking to myself, like, no wonder Australia did what they did, because they're tired of everything. And yeah, everybody gets mad about it, but the parents aren't doing their fucking job. So the government's like, all right, cool. We're going to fucking do it for you, even though it's fucked up. We're going to try our best.
There's, I would say, some point to where that should be the case, but it's when its actual purpose and intention is for the protection of, and not to manipulate a narrative and control something.
Well, yeah, there's just manipulating a narrative, but you know, it's one of those things of, because they're trying to distract them from the native problems they're having and everything like that. So they're making a bigger fuss somewhere else, but that's beside the point. But yeah, that right there, it's frustrating. And it makes me fucking wonder more and more. It's like, cool, when is everybody gonna wake the fuck up and take control? If they will, because like the when isn't gonna be there. It's a if now, because it's been going on for so fucking long, and working its way up to be everybody's norm, that nobody wants to go against it, because everybody hates fucking any change, because it's gonna be a drastic change when everybody, if everybody wakes up and does something about it at one time.
Well, my thing is that they keep saying, like, if we release the entirety of the files, like, society as we know it will collapse. Okay.
Or let it fucking burn. It needs to I keep saying this, and people say I'm fucking so extreme and so fucking wrong, and I just want the bad things to happen. Like, the bad things are already fucking happening. Exactly. Fucking typhoons, fucking hurricanes, fucking earthquakes, volcano eruptions, like Darwinism.
So one thing that we learn about here. One thing that we learn about here in this state, at least that I remember growing up when I was a child, here in California, was that fires happen and controlled burns need to happen as it is.
Absolutely.
So it can proliferate
growth
in the environment.
Yeah.
Get rid of the dead and decayed so the new can grow.
And just like, deer hunting, all of their major predators have been run out from the expansion of people constantly being pushed out. I live here in Missouri. There's a lot of fucking hills and greenery around here. That's 90% of it. But when these cities keep on growing, all of the predators keep on fucking getting moved out, and then the deer just destroy all of the fucking land.
Oh yeah, that's anything that in nature, like, there's too much and there's no balance to it.
Disrupt the balance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need the balance, and I think as a human species overall, there should be more balance. But unfortunately, because
kill the pedophiles. That's exactly what we've been talking about, right?
Exactly. Everybody's gonna be there's two extremes, but no, not extremes. What? Look, I will fucking give you fucking immigration if we can get rid of every fucking pedophile on the fucking planet.
Even from the last beheading, I say bring it back, town central square, behead these motherfuckers. Apologize that you got born in a fucked up headspace and you chose life wrong. The end. Good luck. Next try.
But at the same time, when they get to keep blaming their past when they are fucking grown adults at that point in time. No. Fuck that. They have the fucking wherewithal. They see everybody else.
Trying to get accepted as a
we gotta break the chain somewhere.
As a map?
Fuck that. They're a fucking pedophile.
A map?
They're a pedophile.
A fucking pedophile trying to get into that LGBTQRFMO, whatever
that's
the fuck
what the plus
it is.
Symbol is, isn't it?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't pay attention to that dumb shit because it's not important.
Dude, most of the dope gay people that I fucking know, the dope ass people that I know that are gay or what have you.
I have like 3 friends that are trans, and they are not like these other fucking groups. I'm like,
no, they don't
can you fix them? I'm like, can you fix those motherfuckers? Because you're one of them. So you fix it. And they looked at me. He's like, I'm not them. Fuck. No. They are more aggressive against them than I am. I'm like, they're like, what do you mean? He's like, look, they should just fucking die. Like, I don't care how. Bitches just die. So why? Because they're doing all this fucking wrong shit like this. Like we just say, like, I just want to live my life. That's it. I want to live my life. It's like I pay my taxes. I do this. I don't tell people I am or not. If they ask, I talk to them about it, and then just keep going on. I'm just fucking trying to have a fucking beer, not hitting on nobody. I have a partner. Guess what? Fuck everybody else. We just want to live our life. That's it. It's like, cool.
And that's the thing. And that's where, like, I've always been like, all right, cool. But then it's like, at what point is the line going to be drawn to where people are just going to keep laying back and taking more and letting more go and letting more go? And that's where it's like, there's this, it sucks to say, but there's like where's the line going to be drawn that people are going to stand the ground and be like, fuck no.
See, they've been testing that. You know, we had the whole COVID. COVID. How hard can they shut down?
Yep.
How hard can they kill every business, mom and pop business around you? Will you stand up for your community? Will they draw a line in the sand and do this when we fucking... I'll leave that one out of my thoughts. Yeah. I'll leave that in my thought.
We're working on my section, motherfucker. Keep it together.
Yep. Just roll that one back. But they've been testing this for years to see how far they can push while they're separating everyone into their own race, creed, thoughts, Facebook groups,
it's the best
sexual orientation. Just keep boxing inside of a box, inside of another box, inside of another box, inside of another box.
And not only that, they're probing and they're pushing things that people don't normally do and see if they'll accept it and just say okay. And they are.
Yeah,
that's
like,
the bad thing.
Yeah, the world's just fucked up. Like, no, motherfucker. Yeah, the world's fucked up. We have the power of the people to take over this shit at any time we want. As a majority of the people, we are the people, for the people. We can easily, hey, government, you fucked up. Restart button, that has to be done. And if they refuse that, then it is our right to destroy that whole fucking thing as a people.
Absolutely.
So I've had rights. What's the word? An opinion, a theory, whatever you want to call it, on the Civil War in that regard. Because I'm like, regardless of who believes what and how what's articulated, I don't care. I'm like, what these people felt like is that their rights as individual states were being fucking trampled upon by the federal government in that regard, and other government and other states pushing them around. I'm like, and per the Constitution, as American citizens, it is our duty to stand up for our rights to not be trampled. And so they're not traitors. They're American citizens. I'm like, they're even veterans and war heroes because they have qualities that you may not agree with as far as like, their ideologies, but they have admirable qualities of which their tenacity, on the battlefield, there's Stonewall Jackson for just
Last Stand, like fucking
shit like that. And so it's like people will just take one perspective and be like, "Oh, that's so evil," and it's like, and then history being painted in ways and spoon fed to the masses through certain avenues,
which is in its own way a grooming.
It is.
Our society has been groomed severely.
It's been groomed since the beginning, before we were involved in World War II.
But they basically learned how to factorize it, turn it into a factory, and do mass production of sheeple. In all honesty, I mean, I hate sounding like that because the boomers fucking took that and they're like, "Yeah, I'm a lone wolf and you're sheep," and it's like, bro, shut up, you sound stupid. They kind of bred people to follow the crowd in through the education system. When the Rothschild family purchased and bought it out in 1903 or some shit.
Yeah, it was producing factory workers and hasn't changed since.
And that's when you control the thoughts and minds of the people.
Like, it's baffling that no one can see this shit.
They took it later and added to it with Ghislaine Maxwell and her father, who owned the production companies of our textbooks as children and beyond that and generations before that.
Yeah. So
McGraw Hill and shit.
So what you said there, it's something that I've touched on a lot, and a lot of people don't no Diddy at all. But A lot of people don't like it, and it's history is written by the winning side. Always has been, always will be. And when you look at it and look at our wars in general that we've gotten involved in, our skirmishes we've gotten involved with, does anyone ever look at it as like, why did they start this up in the first place? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like there's been a thought that I've had, and it's a more of a curiosity, but I would love to have an unmolested perspective of the German population.
You said molested.
Unmolested.
Unmolested. You said unmolested. Okay, there we go. Like,
There's still
unmolested perspective of the Germans as World War II was starting to ramp up, because I feel like that
it was pure nationalism.
Yeah, it was
what
nationalism.
We should have,
it was
even in our hearts,
pride and fucking nation. They saw themselves fucking getting taken over from something a parasite.
The banks, the doctors' offices that were cutting off
usury,
children's fucking body parts.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing that's happening now to us right now.
Yeah,
our
the sex study clinics they were doing, everything like that. Like we touched on that, and
that was the first forms of the transgender fucking snip theory.
Well, technically, from then to now, current time, it was happened before in the Greek Empire. That's what made the Greek Empire's downfall.
That was a lot of shit.
There was a lot of fucking shit. It was like they had the fucking capabilities, and you look at like just beginning to structure before the downfall. The Greek Empire should never have fallen, and it could have spread everywhere. And then they had a good basis for everything society.
But I mean, that's how it goes.
Yeah. But Rome was more greed. Rome was way more greed involved with that downfall than anything else, and it did. But you look at the scales of it, though, it wasn't that much. It wasn't as bad. Well, I would say as bad.
Very religious based.
Oh yeah, very. But when you think about the best empires, so they had a strong form of self-religion and nationalism. You know what I mean? Like they didn't do like, oh, we have to do this. This is who we are. We know who we are.
For some reason, don't know how that happened.
And then, you put into, like, let's say, like, a foreign person or entities, we'll say entities, to come there and then collaborate with them, things like that. Then you see they're growing up, and, like you look at what people say is important.
Do those entities wear little hats?
I don't know yet. But we go there, and then we see them start to slowly decline, go back up, go down, go up, and then just the massive fucking fall of everything that there's bases that actually made them the strongest that they were. And then we see them fall because they allowed, and I'll say allowed other people to change what made them themselves. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes a bad thing. Most times it's not a good thing. Like, you can take little bitty lessons from them, but changing your whole everything to make others comfortable, let's say it that way, it's fucking horrible. You know what I mean?
Basically what's happening in Europe?
You mean basically what's happening in America, dude, too.
Well, yeah, but I mean, to a point, though, we're at least combating it to an extent where, like, a lot of Europeans are just getting rolled over.
Not enough. Nowhere near enough. Especially from, like, the bases we have here. From, like...
The progressivists.
Yeah, the progressivists are definitely making a good, strong foothold here. And unfortunately, I hate doing this all the time, but I have to do pros and cons, and I have to look at, like, where could it go. I see so many valleys of destruction coming, and I mean it. And it's not the destruction where I say, like, a building blowing up or anything like that. I mean, like, societally for our nation.
They already did that.
Coming. No, it's going to get worse. It's going to get way worse. Way worse.
My thing is, I guess my fear is that there's going to be a way to where they still flip the narrative on a group of people, regardless of, like, like, for everybody that believes, like, oh, we need to have change. What they're going to do is they're going to take the news in all these other massive outlets. Even Ronan Farrow said that there's organizations that you can pay out and pay order
to do riot
for
do
not even riots,
protests and shit like that.
Like he was saying they did it with, like, Sandy Hook, and they brought these actors in, and they had them get close to the people and change narratives and circumstances like that.
Well, like the same thing they did with the Super Bowl.
And they'll change narratives, and then they'll have the government basically be like, we need to take these people out. And you'll have, like, Ruby Ridges or
the Kirk thing. I enjoyed Charlie Kirk. Let me say that I enjoyed Charlie Kirk because he was actually standing on something.
He stood on his own ground and went to colleges to talk to people.
There were some things I didn't agree with him, which is fine. That's the thing about it.
It was open dialogue to anyone that disagreed with him,
and that's
which is how it should be done.
It should be, because those people don't understand the concept of not just debating, but having a conversation. Because if you're debating, that means your point. You think your point's more important than the other. You're not taking in the information from somebody else. A conversation is basically all of us, like we're doing now, and talking back and forth, going off these ideas and saying, I didn't think about that. Or, hey, I know what you're saying there, but have you thought about this? Going back and forth and growing together and saying, hey, let's open your eyes to hear. You going to tell me your standpoint? Because there's things about me that I've lived through that y'all have not lived through that could be like, oh, yeah, cool. Because, like, let's say it's like somebody came to me and is like, you should be proud to be a young black man that, you know, that's making some of themselves. I was like, I don't give a fuck about that.
Shit. What the fuck does that mean, bro?
You hate that shit? How the hell you think I feel having to fucking hear it all the goddamn time? And I'm just like, I don't give a fuck about my goddamn, like, if I'm black or not. That's not important. Guess what? You know what is important? What? Are you doing anything to progress in life for me? Are you doing anything to progress in life for your fucking community? Are you helping your fucking children prepare for the world they're going to go into when you're dead? Things like that. But, you know, they're like, oh, you should be proud of yourself, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I'm not. It's like, why? It's like, because there's so much more work to fucking be done. And I know in all reality, as much as people say I have so much potential, so like, I'm never going to touch the fucking top of where I want to get to because I want to change so much shit. I know for a fact I'm going to get criticized. I'm going to get villainized. I'm going to get told I'm fucking whitewashed or Uncle Tom about this bullshit because I don't give a fuck about looking at somebody's skin color. Fuck that. Not important. Are you a good person? Are you a decent person? Are you a bad person? Which one of those three are you? If you're all three, because you can be all three. Because it goes like which narrative of conversation you're in or what you're doing.
But that's curation.
Absolutely. That's fine, though. Because
you're independent and you take accountability of your actions, and that's something that a lot of people don't want to do.
That is a shame, in my opinion.
But when you get to a point and where you are, you can say you stood on your own 2 feet and you didn't have a crutch. Where a lot of these other people, they're what's the word? Their outward image is a facade. And so whenever you start to look into it, it's just all like, oh yeah, he did this. It's like because he's black and he got away, and so he got to do these. You're not doing that, so your foundation is going to be a lot more solid than what a lot of other people do.
There's substance.
Yeah. I've been approached by certain people and like, hey, we think you'd be a good fit here, and I look into them like, cool. There's no diversity. They're like, what do you mean? Like, there's no. Just the first thing I say is there's no diversity. So why? I say every single one's just one type of person or characteristic only.
An echo chamber.
You're describing an echo chamber.
100% echo chamber, but there's no diversity. So yeah, and two, so yeah, I read y'all's mission statement. So yeah, I have to respectfully decline. I appreciate the offer though. I truly do, because getting any recognition at all means I'm doing something right. So. But I can't do this. So why? I'm not about one thing. I'm never going to be about one fucking thing or one people or one group. I have so many other things.
Everyone can catch hands at an equal standard, or you can have a discussion with them.
These hands are ready for everyone.
Except children.
No, fuck. I mean, if they deserve it, I mean.
First off, that's discipline. That's discipline, not fighting. There's a difference. That's why I say it that way. But no, like my granny always told me this, and she literally loved her so much. Her birthday was a couple days ago.
Catching cast iron to the skillet to the head.
Like, yeah, rest her soul.
Spoken different words.
Like rest her soul. Her birthday was a couple days ago, and it just made me think. And then it was the same time you talked to me, Crow, and told that story about my granny. And
odd how life plays like that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was just in my head. Yeah, and she always told us, said, spare the rod, spoil the child. No matter you're religious or not, that is a fucking good standpoint, because guess what? Discipline is needed on certain avenues. Yeah. I'm not saying, before anybody says, I'm not saying beat the hell out of your fucking kids. I'm saying discipline. So there's limits.
Shit, upsy daisy.
Yeah, don't be banging your kids against the goddamn wall or shit like that, or fucking dropping them like on
Throwing
in
a
the public.
casserole.
But I damn sure
it's just light bullying.
No. Light bullying's light bullying. That's abusive. You know
Light
that
bullying
shit.
is what I did to my neighbor's fucking dad. Like, that's what light bullying was.
Man, there's levels to this shit. Like I said, there's always levels to everything. There's levels to this shit. Yeah, she taught me so much with just our conversations, because she would sit down with us in the garden. We'd talk, we'd work, and then she'd start cooking. We'd sit down and talk more, and she just gave me so much knowledge and information. And at the time, I wish I was more grateful at the time. I truly do.
And I told you then, like, that's a fucking blessing that I wish
to
I
have
had
that
ever,
to all the conversations we had.
almost all of the people that I wish I had those conversations with are gone, sadly enough. But most of my family is a very standoff, never talk about anything kind of people. They don't, when you need you, like, they're not there. Like, they're not gonna say anything, but they'll sit with you. They'll sit with you, but they don't have nothing to say on the wisdom standard.
That's kind of how my grandfather was.
Mm-hmm.
He was like old school. Like, he was a preacher. He's there for you, but
He was stoic.
very
Stoic is the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, he was stoic. But the thing is, you'd see, like, when somebody talks to someone, and not just that they command respect, but they get it everywhere they fucking go.
What do the kids call it now? Aura?
Yeah, he was aura farming on a different level, like back in the fucking 90s.
Because you don't have to try. You don't have to try when you don't have to flex nuts when you know you got them. Thank you, Biggie.
Shit, I never even thought about using that line. I used to tell the inmates, I'm like, look, dog, if you got to fake it, you ain't got it. Get the fuck out of here.
100%.
I'm like, there's a reason. Like, I just fuck around and goof around. I'm like, why? Because when it comes time to business, you better hope you know what the fuck you're doing.
It's business now. I don't care. Do you understand how fucking fightful you have to be this short and this skinny and this white in a black neighborhood selling drugs? And you have to know.
Here's the thing about it. Like MM said it like one day, and he's like, big don't beat crazy. And he's fucking right. I've gotten my ass rocked by a small dude more than anybody bigger than me. And I'm just like, yo, that make no sense. And he said that line, like, makes sense. That's right. That tracks.
But it's silly. It's just because there's not the wolf in a lot of these kids growing up anymore. There's no hunger.
There is
instant gratification on clicks, but that's going to be their life.
It's like,
there's nothing you can do to stop it though either, which is the bad part, because even if I say right now, I'll use my child as a reference. I'd take away all electronics, shut down the networking for everything. Max he can use is Paint on his computer or something like that. Word to write stories, what have you. Doesn't matter. He will go to school, get on an iPad. He will go to the bus stop where everyone else has phones that he'll watch videos on. There is no way to truly prevent online interaction at all.
Yeah.
And taking it away at this point as a 10-year-old, well, now I kind of want to do it,
just see how it goes, see what happens.
Fuck the system, this is their, pocket full of shells, running down a family.
Love Rage Against the Machine reference there.
Yeah.
I
rage
appreciate
for the
that.
machine.
Rage Against the Machine, he said.
No, but they rage for the machine now.
Yeah, the machine is controlled.
That dude was just like, you guys need to get vaccinated, and you just have to listen to the government. And then now, because it's Donald Trump in charge, he's just like, they're the devil, ISIS murderers, and there's just like Tom Morello. It's like, bro, you're not even relevant. I was like, you had maybe 2 good songs in your entire fucking discography, and that's it. And the only reason I know them is because of Grand Theft Auto. So shut the fuck up and sit down, you stupid bitch.
All said and done is Grand Theft Auto.
I'm not wrong.
No, you are not wrong, sir. That is completely fair.
That's fucking great.
Grand Theft Auto made Rage Against the Machine who they fucking are. And that's
Lord.
You can't even argue that. Like, yeah, they had some, whatever lyrics that were ahead of their time.
Yeah, Cobain had that fucking lyric put in the
Yeah.
backside of his head too.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
knew who they
now,
were.
That was totally suicide.
So luckily, I
yeah,
knew.
that was released too in that fucking thing, huh? That was fun.
Yeah.
Reinvestigated. Can't believe it. We all knew. We all knew. All the 90s babies knew that actually loved that band.
Yeah. Let's keep bring it on back in here. So,
Next up,
all right. So we already kind of touched on it. We touched on not in that way. Before you make the comment, Jimmy. Not in that way.
Put that goon back.
Yep. Not
that goon
that,
hat back on. I guess. All right.
First off,
I'm
gonna put it on the screen right now. So look,
take
first
care
off,
of you, man.
see, goon, they fucked up this word in this society, and it pisses me the fuck off.
Well,
goon
just
is,
a gooner.
Gooner is like
overcome and adapt, Terry.
Because
Overcome.
I didn't know they fucking changed the
remember?
name of it because somebody's like, "Oh, you're a gooner." I was like, what the fuck do you mean? One day, they're like, yeah, it's like, no. Do you know what goon means? Like, do you know what goon means? I was like, wait, what? Like, yeah, I do. I'm big on history and like everything like that. It's like, do you know like the mob, everything like that? Like they called the goons the people that would do all the dirty work and do the hard thing. That like, fucking, either unaliving someone or getting rid of a body or, have to dismantle a fucking, government.
Another slang for thug.
Yeah,
originally.
It is. And they're like, oh no, they're like, oh no, it means to do this. It's like, what the
Y'all
fuck?
are retarded.
I literally just like I was live when I was like, I can't say what I want to say right now. Fuck. And they're like, just say it. It's like, nope. It starts with R.
Hey, Terry,
it just starts with R.
He's just a big dirty gooner.
Yeah, you goonie. Who's a little goonie?
See, I thought they were referencing like the Goonies or something like that. Like when I saw that shit, I was like, am I the boomer now? Like, is that what it is?
Nope, you're a gooner.
Fuck you. Fucking ridiculous. But talk from school to social media. Okay, that's what we're gonna talk about now.
All right, hit him with it first.
So I've done, like I said, dude, stop. No, go lay down. So I dove into Epstein's like files, everything like that. So you dive into Epstein's U.S. Virgin Islands setup and the flight logs highlighting traffic hubs. In 2026, the border crisis and online exploitation spiking per FBI stats, by the way. We discuss fortifying defenses, parental controls on devices, teaching kids about stranger danger, which should be common sense, now evolving into online elite danger is what they're calling it, and community watch programs in places like we have here around Houston, stuff like that. Looking at that, I'll say there's so much failure in all these fucking things because they all go with the parents being, again, goes back to what we started with, being proactive in their children's online presence. So, it's one of those things. It's not going to work out right because most parents don't have the capacity nowadays. And I don't understand. I get why, but I have this thing in my head like, fuck it, I'm still going to do it. So why is it so hard for people to do that? Thoughts?
Technology and the effort of.
Why is it so hard to do that? Because at any point, if you say the wrong thing these days, if you were in any kind of situation of where the other thing that could pop up and take away your kid, it could happen. Just from one little bleeding heart on the other side. Like, it can turn into a shit show. I don't know if you ever had to deal with CPS yourself.
I have. You know this. I told you about this.
I know. So when dealing with that, that's scary as shit when it actually is involving your kids and they're going after you.
And for me, at first, initially, it was. And then I sat down with them and talked to them. I was like,
right.
This is why. It's like, okay, cool. And I said, cool. So here's a track record. Here's what happened. This other. And they looked at me like, how do you have this stuff like knowing? So I keep track of my kids. That's it. I keep track of my kids. Like I know what they do, how they do it.
Everything can be used against you in a court of law.
Exactly. And they just said, I think you're just a little too strict, but other than that, you're fine. It's like, yeah, I know I'm strict.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Peterson, yeah.
His theory on children and the best way to raise a good person is to let your children do dangerous things safely.
Exactly. Here, since you know what you said that, I'm going to pull that
Yeah.
up now
They're gonna go climb a tree.
because a
Good.
lot of people don't know
They
what
fall
we're
out
even
of the
talking
tree.
about.
Good. Let them get hurt.
So,
Because like
But do
there
it
may be
safely.
some things like that he says, and I'm just like, it's not often, but because I like a lot of what he says and how he explains things, because
Like making
he's
your bed.
intentful.
Making
I
your
don't.
bed or a sheathed sword. Both of those are really great discussions with him.
no, absolutely.
I mean, I
Let's
never
see
make
here.
my bed, but never have.
It's
Except for
for
active
people
duty.
that are more, but you're put together enough to, your work. You work,
Allegedly.
you take care of your kid.
Allegedly.
I don't work anymore, but there's principles
You work
behind
on
that.
women,
and
right?
Yes.
You put that work in, that pipe down. Like, you're
Time out,
damn near a
motherfucker.
plumber at this
Call
point.
me a pipe fitter,
This plumber be on business.
because I be fitting my pipe in places.
There we go. Cool. All right, cool. There we go. Let's get this playing. Yeah. Let's do this real quick.
You're going to make your kids. If you're going to make your kids tough, which they better be if they're going to survive in the world, you can't interfere when they're doing dangerous things carefully.
Think about it that specifically. Dangerous things carefully.
Yep.
That's such a place where kids learn.
That is the only place they learn. That's where everyone learns everything. When you're doing dangerous things carefully, man, that's where you learn. And so you interfere with that. You interfere with the process by which your children expand their competence. And it takes courage not to interfere with that. When you see your 3-year-old daughter climbing up the monkey bars, our daughter used to do that in our backyard. She was 3 and the monkey bars were 8 feet high.
Mm-hmm.
She liked to go right to the top and climb across them. We're watching out the back window thinking, but what do? We going around there, be careful. There's a bit of malevolence in that. Oh, my daughter's worrying me.
But yeah, old Jordan Peterson. I love his shit. I love all his stuff. There's some things I don't agree with, but that's again, the age difference, generational difference is there. But some of these older standpoints, because I love more traditional values than anything else, it's good. It's good. So
he does have a lot of good basics, and that's why he was ostracized from his teachings and everything else, and why he had to do what he did. Which also threw him in a fucking tailspin of losing his career, having to switch the career, going into therapy, like just because of what he said.
Mm-hmm. And that's
and people didn't agree with it.
I feel like if you agree with something that everyone says all the time, you have no individuality to yourself.
Doesn't matter. You'll still be ostracized in this day and age, and you have to be careful and curate everything.
I honestly, and this is personal perspective, I'm going to say it anyways, I'd rather be ostracized out of society than be okay with some of the things that are going on. Because
that's what I'm trying to teach my child right now. It's so hard to do because he wants to do things and he wants to make people happy. And I'm like, that's good, bud.
Yeah,
that's a
follower.
Quality.
That's a complete follower.
Don't want to sell who you are to make others happy, because then you lose who you are, and then you find nothing else that makes you happy, and you're not happy doing what you're doing, making them happy, and then nobody's fucking happy.
What you could be.
Yeah, I like what you said there. I would switch one word with that though, Jimmy. Happy. Because overall, happiness is not the important thing. It's joy for that thing. Because you look at the levels of your life, even when you're in the dumps, there's things that brought you joy to get you through that stuff. Because they need to focus on the joy instead of the happiness. Because happiness is such a grand fucking thing, man. It's a lot of weight for happiness. Because that means everything's working your way. That's not how life works, Joy.
Well, yeah, but he's fucking 7. I'm not
I know.
Be able to fucking explain the semantics between the two words to a 7-year-old to where he can grasp it.
Yes, you can. I guarantee you can. It takes time. It takes patience, but you can. And again, that goes to the effort standpoint. You know what I mean? That's just it. I have more capacity when it comes to children. Like when I want them to have a lesson that they're going to carry on throughout the rest of their life. I'm like, cool. I'll beat this dead horse every fucking second if I have to, but I know that I can't do it every second. So I'll put it in little perspectives here and there and trickle it in. So they start to figure it out. And then like little mini-me, everybody called her my mini-me because she acted just like me. She started grasping it super fucking fast. And that's what terrified me, how fast she grasped it. It's like, there's no reason a 7-year-old should grasp this point where I'm like not beating it into them. Just like they're getting it here and there. And she literally sits down with me and talks to me about it. And she's like, hey, daddy. So yeah. So if I like this and I have to do all this stuff, I don't like doing this stuff, but I like doing this stuff. So if I just say, I'm going to do all this stuff to get to what I want to do here, that's what you're saying. And it kind of stumped me. I was like, Wait. How did you pick that up? And I didn't fucking say the whole thing like that. And that's when I started clicking in my head, like, these kids are so much more prepared for what to come if you fucking put the time into them.
I don't
If
believe
you
that.
put the time, and so you put the time into them, like I said, like
Can-
it's a lot of stuff. There's still like an avenue for fucking failure across the board with that.
You can cut this out at all if you
Go ahead.
if you
No, go
really
ahead.
want.
No, send it.
So in that situation of your situation of what you're talking about and the kids that you were dealing with, they had already grown up too young already. That's why she was able to do that. Just
Yeah,
like
I get that.
I was when I was younger. Like, yeah, you have to grow up early. Like, it's predetermination of your environment. You know damn well of like the kids weren't okay. And you gave them structure, absolutely. But it's only so much. There's still a
Yeah.
battle there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you have to grow up early when you don't have faith in anything around you other than one person.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it is, like I failed a lot when it comes to raising them, and when I had the chance to, but I learned from that too. Like, because even as I'm like I said, getting older, I'm still learning fucking shit that most people say this is like things you should have known. It's like, I never knew it because it wasn't important at the time because it's like survival was more important than this, so that's why. So it comes to the standpoint. It's like it's not an excuse; it's just a reason. Like you're right that they do have to grow up younger, and like I said, it's
I think
one of
that's
those
why
things.
she was able to grasp that so easily. Because manipulation and being able to control your emotions when you know what you're trying to get, what you want, and take care of your people that you do love, like that is one of the very first aspects that you learn really quickly of who to keep to your own with. And it, even like the jail talk, you learn to keep to your own, stay to your own, and handle business when you need to. Like it's the very basic necessity of anyone.
Well, human nature as a whole, typically we're the thing that makes us so prevalent and I guess stand outish in compared to the rest of nature in itself is that we have the capacity to adapt and overcome, almost regardless of circumstances.
Absolutely,
I get that, but yeah, it's one of those things. I just look at it and like that like I said, it shocked me. But Craig, you made a good point. Like she had grown up too fast, grown up young. And that makes sense. But like I said, it's not just her I've seen that in. You know what I mean? I'm just using that for an example because I can relate to it so much easier. But I've seen in other children too who have similar rearing, like they've been parented similar ways. And I'm like, okay, cool. My friend Lexi, she has her kids and she's single momming it, doing the part of the father figure. She's like doing the hard things, even though as a mother means breaking your fucking genetic fucking being and nature's nurturing standard. She's doing that too. And I'm like, I see it in her kids. I'm like, cool. I was like, have you thought about this or this or this? And she's like, I did not think of that. Thank you. I was like, yeah. It's like, you're raising a young man. So yeah, so you need to have certain structure lines so that he knows that it's okay to not be okay, but sometimes he's not going to want to ask for help because of that pride. So you need to put into effect that he needs to be able to help himself, because there's going to come a time that every fucking man, when they come from child to man, from boy to man, that you're going to have to say, fuck it, I have to address this. I can't put it aside. I can't ask for help with this. And I have to gut up and fucking do it myself no matter what. It comes a point, and that's when I think everybody turns from being a boy at some point to a man realizing I have to handle this, like, and I can't get help with it.
no one's coming to save you.
No, yeah, that's the sentence I was thinking of. I couldn't get it.
That was one of the very first things that my grandfather ever really did, and he was an old war vet, and it was one of the times, it was first when I was like, hey, Grandpa, can I have some coffee with you? And he only drank black coffee straight. It was like 7 cups in one, and we go out in the back porch, and he said, sure, but you have to drink it like me. So we went out there, and that's what he taught me. This small amount of words this man ever said to me,
but they were important. That's the thing about it.
It
wasn't wasted, and that's what, like, I think is a lost translation in most people. Because somebody says nobody asked for your standpoint, nobody asked for your input, everything like that. Look, I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, said,
You
but
never know
here's the
who
thing.
those words actually reach to.
And then somebody's like, you shouldn't do that. I'm like, why? Because they didn't ask for it. Like, guess what? Some people don't ask for help out loud, but sometimes they need something, and then they can put it in the back of their mind, or they might
Hell, like our
reflect on it.
discussion last night.
Exactly.
Like, you didn't know you needed that, and that was just a
Yeah.
random thing for some reason that I asked. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't curated or planned or anything. Like, it was just, hey, because I was already thinking about it myself, internally. And then I just threw it at you, and, like, lo and behold, it just played fucking crazily in line.
Yeah. Had me up for fucking hours thinking about it, trying to process it all. But yeah, it's the loss of when you say something, it's supposed to be important, not for just to say it. Like that's kind of what I do. And like, do I do the fucking thing just to say it because I just every fucking where at once just need something else, some other input? Yes, but when I put standpoints on things, it's important. I deem it important. I need to get it to you. If you take it, you take it. If you don't do anything with it, you don't do anything with it. But I'm not going to be that person who's saying, "Oh, I saw that coming and I didn't say anything because it's not my problem." It's like I'm trying to, because there's so many people like that. You know that. Like I have this basis of community like that's so unhealthy for myself. And you know that, and we all know it. And Jimmy knows that too. And he fucking constantly says, "Yo, bro, just fuck them. Fuck them. They ain't important anymore." You do the same thing, but I have this thing in my head like, no, I'm still gonna say something. I might not do anything about it, but I'm gonna say it. That way they know, because eventually they'd all, and it's crazy, they all come back and say, "Yo, you said this one thing, and I pushed off and just gave you hate for it, but I understand now," and they apologize to me. It's like, don't apologize. Are you okay? That's all I care about. But yeah,
You're basically like a mama dog letting everybody suckle from your titties.
I hate you so much for saying that.
He's completely correct, and I've said that same exact thing before too.
You're just like, come here, baby, suckle up the mamas.
No, I don't do that. No.
Well, that's too bad because it's shockingly true.
Yeah.
This went from a podcast about the Epstein files to just hazing Terry.
It happens, man. If I'm not getting the haze in some shape or form, I think people don't like me.
But, you know what? Put your fucking hat on.
First off, fuck no.
But no, in the same way that it's comfortable to do that. Mm-hmm. Like, say, unbeknownst.
You're drinking a second one?
Yeah. This is my 8th.
No, he's talking to me.
For him. C4.
Talking to me. Yeah. 200 milligrams caffeine, motherfucker.
I'm drinking like...
Oh, yeah, that one is 2.
Yeah. That's fine.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't remember.
You lost it. He fucking lost it.
Well, I just saw him drinking a pink one earlier. That's why I was like...
Was that when he was on the phone?
No. I was drinking a Dr. Pepper when I was on the phone.
Did it coagulate in the back of your throat?
No, it did not. First off, Dr. Pepper, not double penetration, you cunt.
Yeah, donkey
all I saw was
punch,
23 flavors of dick.
God damn, you're fucking ridiculous. You're saying, bro, you're saying like, suckle the titties. I hate I said that out loud. Yeah. Oh, you're here for emotional support.
It was lines of drawing boundaries again. It is the basic necessity, even from the day that I met you, and we had a good, healthy chat, and you learned that I'm me. Hi, I'm Crow.
First time I was like, all right, he's angry. There's got to be a reason behind it. I got told to come here. All right, cool. I'm just going to leave, and then I'm going to go, and I'll wait out and see, and then I'll figure out, what's going on. And he's like, my bad, man. We are having a fucking really intense conversation. It's important. I was like, that's good, man. I just told to come here. And that was it. That was it. I came here.
No diddy.
First off.
Gotta bag it
up.
If
you came there, that's fine. You just put it out there.
I hate how the English language has turned everything. No. I hate the English language has turned everything to be fucking so fucking profane. Everything. Simple words. Yeah, simple words. It's funny at times, but then other times just like, are you fucking retarded? But yeah, I don't see a problem with being how I am yet. Yes, there are issues. Yeah, I know you do. I know both of you do. A lot of people do. But
I'll call you out on it whenever I see it presents itself.
Exactly, and that's what I appreciate about you.
I mean, I'll let you
Because
go until you're about to crash out, and then I explain why.
sometimes you're the reason why I crash out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
First off,
Yeah,
don't
that doesn't
gaslight
sound
me
like
like
him.
that, motherfucker.
Hey, Holmes, what are you talking about?
Motherfucker send me a text that says monkey while I'm fucking going on a rant. And he's like, I'm like, I can't stand you. Or he fucking sends me a message that says, oh, it's time for Ape Escape. I was like, I fucking hate you. I lose my shit. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? It's
My
a text
favorite
message.
thing at a constant basis is that I will slip in the most wildest shit, and I know he'll read it out because the chat's going slow, and he'll read it, and oh, fuck you, motherfucker! Just smile and go back to what we were doing, drinking with the
mods
boys
will
and
delete.
shit.
Like, so far, it's only happened once where the mods deleted what I said, and then I changed up how I said it, but I still said the same thing essentially.
Well, I
And
have 7.
He's like,
I'm
whoa.
slowly curating the words. I have,
Yeah.
I think it's 7 now of different culminations of the nickname.
Yeah, last night was one of them. I was like, chat was going over that, and I do read everything. And it's one of those things. And I was like talking. I read it. I stopped, and chat just kept going. I just like focused on that. I was like, this. I started stuttering. I started fucking stuttering, and it was like, are you okay? It's like I hate this. I hate this so much. So why? It's like I can't make enough fucking banned terms to fucking make this thing work right, and that's dealing with these motherfuckers.
It doesn't matter. I'll figure out a way around it.
Yeah, I was like, God damn it.
Well,
how dare you have smart friends?
Because everybody likes to really complain about, you know, like the articulations of certain things, and so I was just like, you know what? I was like, instead of saying something that sounds so much like a slur, because even in context, people like to change the word up in context, and they could manipulate it. So I'm like, how about we go with the sons of Abraham? I'm like, you know who everybody's talking about. It doesn't sound like it's a negative connotation by any standard, but you know who's being mentioned, and they can't link it to being like, that's bad or that's anti-this.
The original Abraham said, on God? All right.
Yep, he did.
Like there was no questions.
Yeah, and then I think it's funny. I've talked to people who state they are, and I say that term, they're completely baffled. They don't understand what's going on. I'm like, you don't even know your own culture. This is funny. I gotta have fun with this. And I've been having so much fun with it. And they're like, you keep saying that. What does it mean? It's like, I don't know, man. You tell me, what do you think it means? And they're like, I don't get it. It's like, okay. And I just look at them, it's like, open your Bible to this verse right here, buddy, and I got you. And they're like, huh? Open your Bible to this verse. And they read it, and then it clicks in their head, and you see their face, and like, oh, you piece of shit. It's like, I'm sorry, man. You let me do this for a week, and then you never caught on to it. And you said you go to church and stuff like that. So I thought you'd catch on real fast, but you don't. So yeah.
Let's see. There's a video I can send you from YouTube. You can watch
damn it.
No, it's nothing crazy. It's a religious one, and I shared it in the channel.
That one I sent you, like you can even cut it out if you end up thinking it's too bad, but you should throw it on, and
if it'll load up. That's the whole thing. Like you're trying to open all your stuff earlier, it didn't load up. That's why I say if you can open it, you can hit the share button and then show it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just make sure your name ain't shown fully, so you know.
Random ADHD thought, Epstein file stuff. There's a lady that's been going over them, and they redacted a lot of the photos, but they didn't redact the whole photo. They left just enough of it where this lady took photos of who and what and used that to connect who those were that they redacted from the Epstein files by public photos. And they were mentioned in a certain magazine. And I don't know if you've looked over that one yet.
I have not.
But what she did is that there was four photos of women that were redacted. And one of them was Epstein's pilot lady. Another one was some other fucking lady, but the pictures lined up exactly like the collars and everything. There was one where the collar was set up, and she pulled it up and was like, huh. She's like, I think I've seen that collar somewhere before. And then if you look at the top of the photo, that's crazy.
That's crazy how that flow. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's the same, but it looks the same to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I got to find out if I sent it on Instagram or...
If it's Instagram, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I can't go through so much shit on Instagram.
The one with The small child is the one I'm talking about, and it is on Instagram, but I can't make it bigger for
You don't
some
have to.
reason.
You just make sure that it's on another monitor, and then just share it, and then share your screen, then have it pulled up and ready to go.
Okay, yeah, I found the exact video.
Oh, of course you
That
did.
was the one I was the one I'm talking about right now, Jim, is fucking the one I sent to you earlier before we started this stuff with that child.
Oh, where he's
And
explaining all the weird shit.
yeah. But it's baffling. I'll throw that up afterwards too. The one that you just
I just sent
me.
it to you on Discord, Terry.
All right. Like I said, Instagram's not loading for me for some reason. I don't know why, so I gotta
And I
figure
can't
it
download
out.
that video, otherwise I would.
I can fucking do it later and put it in here if it fools relevance, stuff like that. You know, man. Like editing, fun.
Okay,
Oh, she's just like, "Hi, Cash Patel. I'm just a lady that has. I would run for your job, but I'm not American." And
Love
then
that.
she pulls up all kinds of wild shit.
okay.
There we go.
So is that up?
Yep, it's up. And volume's
It's
low
very
as shit.
quiet.
Yeah.
I'll wander. Y'all
Yeah.
chatter, and
But
I'll see if I can find it.
go ahead, go about what you're talking about, Drippy, about that lady, Cash. What's her name? Cash? Yeah.
So no, her Instagram is not period AN period official period news period source, and she's been pretty fucking on point with all this shit.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whatever time you choose to watch this episode of Drum Lady Podcast. My name is Terry, and this is your audio disclaimer and video disclaimer of what you're about to hear or see on the next part of this podcast. The content you're about to encounter is deeply disturbing and potentially traumatic. If you're familiar with the Epstein list, you're aware of the harm inflicted on children, which fills me with unprofound sadness and rage. What follows is audio from a child captured years before Epstein's arrest. Please bear with me, as this is never easy to confront. I apologize for any imperfections in the audio quality, but know with that my priority is the safety and well-being of children. I'm truly sorry for exposing you to this, but these atrocious acts should be brought to light. Thank you for the support. If you need to skip past this, please skip up to, I believe, 4 minutes past it, and you should be good. Thanks for the support, and keep watching.
When they stick a big plaster really in my bottom, and when it bleeds, if I cry, he like, do you know those spaghetti spoons, those metal ones?
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm. And at the beginning of it, he said my dad would be eating children. He would be the
Graphic.
one to kill the babies. But that is also a child, and this is the brother of the other. There's a sister one too of her explaining her experience. These are two survivors that were from the beginning that have only resurfaced being shared.
Yeah, that's hard to watch, man. Like,
yeah, I know. That's why I was telling you I was taking 2-hour breaks because, again, as you started off this whole conversation, I consider everyone here a good father standing, and this just boils my blood, and fucking that is the things done is just beyond evil and even frantic. He worded it perfectly. Demonic. Even in a biblical standing is not worth enough standing of like soot and ash and sulfur. Like, this is just pure fucking. This needs to not be on our domain anymore.
Yeah, that's fucking hard to swallow, man. Like, I couldn't allow a child, if I had the access to them, to go through anything like that. I would have death for myself in the most miserable fashion than let a
I'm
child go
taking
through
out a
anything
lot
like
of
that.
sons of bitches that ever fucking
Yeah.
hurt him though before I go out.
Absolutely, because that's never going to be the case. Allow that to happen if it's in my power, you know. And that's the whole thing, is within my power is the hardest thing.
What's so fucking insane, and I like the Alaskan Avenger.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys know who he is.
Of who?
I've
I'm sorry.
I've heard of him. The
The Alaskan Avenger.
Isn't he the fucking serial killer that went around killing all the pedophiles?
Oh yeah, the one with the brother
Yeah.
that came in. They smiled like, "Hey man,"
Yeah,
because
hey, I do.
their
because they were
stepfather
raped
would
as
molest them.
yeah, they
Yeah.
were raped as kids. Yeah, and he went on a killing spree. I mean, all the power to him. And the
Yeah.
only thing that is justice in our justice system is the prisons.
Yeah.
Like,
They don't even get enough time for being child molesters. They get protected.
no, I mean like the people in the prisons
Yeah.
as justice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what
take
I'm
care of
talking
it.
about.
Yeah.
I've
But
been
in the same pocket, though, they are abhorrently protected, and they're considered a protected class because they're being discriminated against in prison by other human beings, and that
break a broomstick up that full fucking body until it comes out of his mouth.
Dude,
yeah,
protected is fucking crazy. That
like I understand,
everybody
you
think
know,
they deserve anything like that.
like it shouldn't be a crime for that dude to get his ass beat for butt fucking children. That's unacceptable. That's fucking grotesque. And the fact that how people don't correlate our lawmakers being in cahoots with them just on that standard alone is fucking insane. But in that same pocket, when they changed the mission for one of the institutions that I had worked for from what it was to a low security prison with like about a 60% sex offender population.
Wait, how many percent? 6%?
About
60.
60
is what he said.
60?
Yeah, that's.
Mm-mm.
And the fact that a lot of them, maybe 4 years, whatever. But then these dudes that are selling drugs and, you know, gangbanger stuff that is just like whatever, that gets persecuted on a higher level. And the big problem too is that you have family members that will come in and be like, "That's my baby," and it's like, "Well, your baby was butt fucking 12-year-olds. What the fuck you talking about? This is your baby."
Yeah, see that right there.
This isn't a future doctor situation. This isn't a future psychiatrist.
I have a friend whose brother was doing said things to his own children. And she's like, "Yeah, I cut him fucking out of my fucking life." I said, "I don't blame you." And he's like, "My mom didn't." I was like, "What the fuck's wrong with your mother? That's her grandchildren. Like, that's completely fucked." Like, I couldn't do that. It's like, me as a parent, if I found out, like, if I had a biological child and they were doing that, I'd probably off them my fucking self. Like, that's just me, though. Like, I can't do that.
No, it's not just you. It's taking care of your own. Like,
yeah.
You know, God forbid. That's a good question.
Go ahead.
It's a bad mess you made.
How could you deal with, again, God forbid, but it needs to be asked, like, if your child turns out to be a fucking pedophile, you know? Like, would you end it yourself?
Well, thank God I have the capacity to make fucking more kids up until I fucking die, because I'm ending my bloodline there if I can.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
That's
I mean, I'm completely there with you, but you know, that's a wrong interpretation of most societal standards.
But it needs to happen.
It's my
like,
mess.
It's a need. Yeah, because like I rear this child. I know what I gave to prepare them for the world, and they chose to go around that sick, sadistic mindset or heinous act of touching a fucking child in an inappropriate way like that. Fuck them, first of all. They're not mine anymore at that point in time, and I will fucking end you. That's it. There's no other avenue for that one.
You don't get a second try on this shit.
No.
I don't. Like, it goes back to the fucking point of, you know, even the first dude that stood up to that kind of system of letting these people the most easy walkway of that one dad that has this boy. He was in a martial artist class, and the teacher had been raping his son for like 6 months straight as a teacher in the karate class. And when he found out, they gave him 6 months or something like that. And he was the dude at the phone booth. All the cops knew exactly who was snub nose right to the side of the head into that whole fucking situation right there. Do
Yep.
not pass go. Do not collect $200. Retry on your next life.
No taxpayer vacation in the system.
Like it's
No.
And part of what makes this I think the system not work for them explicitly is that these dudes, when they go into prison, they're not compatible with normal people.
oh no.
Absolutely. Not.
Normal
Dude,
and
even the most fucked up of our gangbanger ass shits will
Mhm.
kill them. Like, there's
Well,
standards even to our fucked up life.
Yeah, exactly.
it depends. Some gangs have politics that absolutely fucking like others don't. Like a lot of the people that follow Islam, they don't care.
Yeah, well,
Oddly
I
enough.
never really got along. I never really got
thing.
along with them quite well to
Yeah.
begin with, anyway. So
The Crips and Bloods, their morality can be bought on those regards because if somebody's going to pay for it, they'll generally be like, all right, they'll take advantage of the dude, sure, but
you'll be alive until your money runs out.
But this is where I like the as far as a lot of the African American ish gangs, the Gangster Disciples.
Yeah, dude, disciples are.
Yeah.
They don't play that shit. I even talked to their main representative at one point.
Hell's
He's down in
Angels.
Houston now.
Yeah. Hey.
Fucking.
Well, yeah.
That's a. He's probably fourth ward, probably, or fifth ward. He's probably around fifth ward area, if anything. But yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Jackson. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do.
Yeah, I got to meet him and I asked him, I was like, you guys play this shit? And he's like, and I'm like, I'm just saying, just so you're
aware, this is what's
and he's
around
like,
you.
And they're like, we'll look into it. And they're like, he's not on our papers. He's not on our a rap sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Check the papers. Always check the papers.
But they don't politic like that. They don't allow that shit in there. And so that's why when I try to explain it to a lot of people, I'm like, the Gangster Disciples politic like white people do.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any circumstance of sexual deviancy, by any standard, they don't even play with the gay stuff. You're hit. You're done. But the thing with the pedophiles, right, is that they can seek protective custody and then they get to spend more time with people just like them so they can proliferate ideas and fucking come together and network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's. I don't think they should be allowed around each other if they get in the system, like in the jail system. I don't think they should be allowed around them.
I don't think they should be protected.
I don't think that's another thing. The case, like, if they're gonna be put in this protected status, keep them all fucking separate. Because
don't even do that. Just release them into the regular public pop.
Gin pop, just fucking.
Yeah,
I'm
okay pop them out.
I'm okay with that 100%, but we know it won't go that way. So if anything, keep them isolated away from other people like themselves, because then they start to like.
I think that's a dangerous slip. What you just did right there.
What, isolating them away?
Yeah.
Because
that doesn't solve nothing.
It doesn't, but if you put them together, they're going to collaborate in some way, shape, or form.
No, I said gym pop.
Yeah, you said gym pop's fine. I have no problem with them.
If they're supposed to be able to be fucking in society anyways, why do they need to be protected over any other person going in that sumbitch?
That's a good point. Good point. Very good point.
It's already treating them like they're something different than. Yeah, they're a garbage human, but they're still human. Everyone else did their fucking crimes.
Anybody that gets caught that has Israeli ties gets fucking packaged up and sent to Israel post haste.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Like that fucking representative.
Their cyber CEO fucking...
The cyber CEO that came over here, got caught with a 13-year-old, and then immediately, instead of getting prosecuted here, shipped out to fucking Israel, back to living freedom life, no prosecutions involved.
I hate diplomatic immunity. I don't like it.
Yeah, come around our block. You won't have any kind of immunity.
That's what I'm saying. That doesn't make I get why, but you can't allow them to say I'm above the law, and as soon as I get caught, I just get to go back home. It's not if, it's when.
What more or less at this point is what they do is they have access to us like we have access to basically everything. So, and that's the problem, is that there's this pyramid of power, and we're in the middle of it, not at the top where we should be.
Yeah, but we don't use our power maliciously.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Not as
We
much.
have the ability to, but it's not like we're preying upon the children.
Yeah.
There's a difference between preying on the predators and preying on children.
Yeah. I get what
We're
you're saying
being, as they say, what is it, Goyim?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
cattle,
And
the
so-
cattle
Cattle.
of the land.
there. Yeah.
And so
That
what is happening is
that was one
our
of my talking points.
There you go.
circumstances are manipulated by these foreign entities that control our Congress through financial gains and blackmail.
Yeah, you're talking about PAC. You're talking about, is it APAC or PAC, something like that? Yeah,
It's APAC.
APAC. Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
Sean Ryan was covering that with what's his face. I don't remember him because he was so confused about these.
That's what it was. I wanted
crazy
Ian Carroll,
terms.
Sean Ryan, and
Yeah,
that good hacker dude to fucking collaborate on a way to get this shit situated. I feel like that would be a trifecta.
dude.
It would be.
People beyond bounds would stand by them.
But unfortunately, the guy that's a hacker is being watched from every fucking avenue now, by the way. Because he did the
Oh, I
right
believe it.
thing. Not,
He did the right thing.
That's the thing about everybody's like, the consequences, did you do the right thing? You shouldn't be punished. He is, from so many different angles. Like, yeah, he's working with this one agency now to get this under control. But tell me why, he even stated himself publicly. It's like, it doesn't make sense of, I'm giving them the information. Nothing's happening. So he said, cool, I'm gonna what's it called? Moonlight for someone else at the same time. And stuff is happening. The stories he's covering everything that is not getting reported, things like that. And then everybody's going to him like, hey, nothing's come out of what you've done. Like, yeah, they finally got the stuff in Virginia settled a little bit here and there, but there's still too many protected people on that list, and they didn't release it all. So like, cool. And then he's doing more. He's still doing more to keep
But
children
it's
protected.
educational wise.
Yes, he's doing educational wise, and they're not releasing
Homie's
it.
back is against the wall.
Well, absolutely. And he went back with Sean, and again, he's like, yeah, it's he couldn't speak on it. So I said, cool, I'm going to dig into this, why he can't speak on it. And I looked at it, and there's 3 names redacted on every fucking page. Not just the first page when they mention it, but their names keep coming up over and over and over again. The businesses that they're associated with or government ties they're associated with keep getting redacted. I'm like, that's weird, especially when it's not a major case. You know what I mean? So that means there's something there, and I gotta find a way to figure out where that goes. Because if this is something like, we're gonna say it because most people don't give a fuck about the politics and everything at the top, right? Nobody gives a shit. They're just trying to survive, right? You stated earlier, Crow. But these are people in their communities and things, you know?
Well, it takes the audacity of having to admit that you allowed that in your community and you're not doing anything about it.
But how far do we let naivety and ignorance fucking control it?
You can't, because you're also a parent, just like he's a parent and I'm a parent, and like, God forbid if I ever disappeared, like, he only has his grandma and the people around him. Like,
oh, we're gonna make sure he's taken care of.
yeah, but
Yeah.
he has, my brothers,
Yep.
like, back to back to back to back. Like, there is always fail safes in that, but people don't have that.
Mm-mm.
They've been taught to isolate. Like, most people are struggling to even have a cohesive thought in their brain, much less a background.
And during my live last night, somebody said something about, a stranger parenting your child, something like that, like in a good community base. I was like, no, that's okay. So what do you mean? He's like, especially like where I grew up, like I said something out of fucking pocket young. I can't remember what I said. I got the shit smacked out of the back of my head by somebody I didn't know. My mom knew him. They're real close friends. I got shit smacked out of the back of my head. And I told my mom about it. I said, who was it? Point to him. So she's like, hey, blah, blah, talking all general. I said, what did he do? And she said, yeah. I said, I would have beat your ass worse, and walked off. I was like, what? So yeah, I was like, yeah, but like it takes a village kind of mindset. That's how my hometown was. No matter the dynamic shifts or anything like that, like how everybody says it's wrong to have that
Small
way.
communities are the godsend of our fucking nation, and that's
like,
what it was birthed on.
I'm like, look, And then when we found out, because there was one person there that was accused of being a predator, not even he was one, but accused of it, everyone in the community cycled around to him and said, we're going to sit down and talk. We're going to sit down and talk. We're going to sit down and talk. And then,
You better hope to God you have your story down, boy.
and everyone, not just the men either, because these are strong Southern women. You know what I'm talking about.
I have had many a cleaver and knife thrown at me. Yes, I understand.
But they protect not just their children, but all the fucking children. The moment
It's how it's
something goes
supposed to
wrong
be.
with one child, everybody comes together and they all work on it. And magically, this person moved away.
No more red balloon there.
No more. And just moved away. And we all just like, okay, cool. Because all of us younger kids, it sounds like he was nice, everything like that. And then I get older, it's like, I see why he was nice. I see why he was easy to get along with every fucking child, by the way. You know?
Crazy.
Yeah. So like, cool. And I just like, cool, makes sense. And I am grateful for growing up in that kind of environment, by the way. Extremely grateful, because then I know what I want in my life and how I want to curate to be something good. Might not be the grandest thing, but I know it'd be good for everyone
You
involved
stacked
to
on
help.
top of that going into the military as well.
Oh yeah, I did. And that was
Like
itself
that's 10 toes down going in the same fucking direction of, yeah, it's not going to be the funnest of times, but god damn it, you're going to love every minute of it and miss it after you're out.
But with that, in the learning process of not everyone in your village is fucking worth a fuck.
No.
So in this community, since I've lived here, what, a year and a half, 2 years maybe, there's been 3 or 4 people in the general area that have been arrested for being fucking pedophiles and having child pornography.
Jesus Christ.
And this is not a very big town. Like, it doesn't have a Walmart. It doesn't even have a fucking Starbucks.
Yeah, me too.
God.
We have a Sonic and 2 gas stations over here.
It has 3 gas stations, a McDonald's and a KFC Taco Bell, and then a Family Dollar.
Damn, that's bigger than us. What? Damn, you over there.
I've lived in some really rural areas.
And how many did you say?
Yeah, 3. He said 3. Yeah, that's crazy. And like, I always look at the lists around my general area, and I'm just like, okay, cool.
I hate doing it.
I do too, because I was like, I really want to, as much as a negative fucking Nancy or fucking pessimist I can be, I want to believe it's a good fucking place. Like, even my immediate area here, like, most people here.
Dude, it just takes one mental break of a night. I'm like, hey, let's go find all the red balloons tonight.
Exactly. And there's just like, and people, like, you'll be instantly villainized for it, no matter what, even though you're doing what in my opinion is the right fucking thing to do. But again, correct and right thing are never the same.
I think it's always leading back to, making our own communities again.
Yeah.
Like, burying your people on your land, so no longer government can touch it. Like, an actuality of the people learning what their rights are.
Aren't they doing that in Missouri?
Yeah.
You bury your family where you're living at instead of the graveyards. You're not renting your land on property taxes. This is your land. This is where my people are buried at. That is a get around of them trying. Yeah, you paid off your house. Pay your property taxes. You're still renting the land. You got your house. We still own that land, though.
There's caveats to it, and then like, it goes down to even like the fine print of like, everybody like gets property. I'm like, did you get the mineral rights with that property? It's like, what do you mean? It's like, because there's caveats in that fucking paperwork. If you don't get the mineral rights to that property, you still have a chance, if something like they say is valuable underneath that fucking ground, to say, get the fuck off. That's it. Like, everything you put into it is gone. They'll give you a fucking settlement check, but guess what's going to do that? It's not worth what you put into it or what you paid for it. And then they can do whatever they want to it.
We need to do more searching on those mineral rights.
I'm from Texas, so we're big on like oil and stuff like that. So we always say, "Oh, I want the mineral rights too." They're like, "Well, and then the moment they start like skating away from like letting you do it, that's when you know there's a problem. That's when you know, all right, cool, I'm getting these mineral rights right fucking now, and we're gonna go through litigation to make sure we get it. Things like that, because there's no telling what you find underneath because you don't know.
Well, it's easier to do with a JFLA, It from
is.
Because I'm not a Jew. I can't do it. But, free loan, no interest of buying any property. Pretty dope.
Exactly. It's just one of those things of, luckily, like, I know enough people in the right areas here and there. I was saying, hey, I want to do this. I want all this involved. What do I need to do, and how much money it's going to cost, and how much am I going to hate myself doing this? And they're like, okay. And they look at all this like, yeah, you might want to find a different property. So why? The mineral rights owned by this company and this company and this company. So there's no point you even settling there. It was like, okay, cool. People don't know how many companies own the mineral rights of places, not the property, just the mineral rights of the places. And I'm like, that's a lot of underwriting that I didn't see coming. He's like, corporate, you got to remember, they're snakes. No matter what, they're all snakes. So yeah.
Speaking about snakes,
go ahead.
There were, I think we were on number 2. No,
yeah.
Maybe it was number 1. Yeah, number 1, the mentionings of Trump and Clinton and Gates and all these high-standing officials.
Yeah.
I wanted to re-talk and touch on it a little bit. As it was involved with one of the other representatives, and a thing that came after, your first planning of this, when they were talking to the DOJ, or DOJ, sorry.
I know what you meant, but it's all good.
Yep. Trump was mentioned more times in the Epstein files than in the King James Bible referencing God. He was mentioned more times even on that than Harry Potter was in the 7 books that were written.
And Jimmy talked to me about this too. And it was, everybody's hate for Trump and everything. They're like, oh, it's probably conspiracy, blah, blah. It's like, no, think about it. So, like, even if you throw out conspiracy, say,
he kissed the wall too.
He did, but here's things. Think about what he's doing now.
But I will say though, is it him playing a game too? Like, so it's kind of a hard thing because he feels like a wild card.
I had so much hope for him within the first run. The second run, I'm like, something's changed. Something is magnificently changed. He is now like, his nuts are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Even when in the first part of your presidential standing is Putin's releasing shit of you sucking Bill Clinton's dick.
Mm-hmm.
The same dude that was referenced in the Epstein files of having such a necrotic penis that it was falling off of his fucking body, in talking with Bill Gates of trying to trick his female into putting antibiotics and the correct drugs into her coffee and food so he could get away with fucking necrotic dead bodies of children. Like, even because from that basis, from the militaristic standard of when you get in the hot box of, getting the pepper box, right? If you have jacked off at any time within the past 2 days or so, you're going to have a very bad time because there were micro lesions on your penis, and that is going to feel very, very bad. The same thing happens when you're fucking a dead body. You get that same necrotic tissue and infections into your dick. And the fact that he was spiking his own wife's, which was complete unknown for her, poor woman, but I still don't even know how you don't know at that point, which still baffles me. But yes, whole dark turn. Sorry.
You're good.
But like I said, this is the dark turn of the Epstein files.
We need to talk. And that's the thing, right? You look at it as like, what the fuck's wrong with these people? And then you think about it again, like they have so much money, they can get what they want. So they want things that they can't just usually just average.
They want things that are taboo.
Yep. Roseanne, completely talked about as a crazy fucking dumb idiot for years. Just like the goddamn it, Joe, they're turning the frogs gay. What's his name?
Fuck, I have no idea what his name is.
Help.
Jimmy, you're good at this. Which one is it?
Who?
They're turning the fucking frogs gay.
Alex Jones.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
So, like, Alex Jones, everything that he said, as much as eclectic nature is how he presents it, has turned out true. It's so fucking maddening.
Absolutely.
The only conspiracy theory that hasn't come out to be true is flat Earth. Sucks to suck, you fucking nerds.
Let's leave that where it is on the retard level of the most highest degree of just shut the fuck up. We have to deal with the stoic vampires eating children right now, all right?
Exactly.
What?
You know what? That's actually a great way to word that, because there's people always talk about stoicism, and it's usually brought up in an air of endearment, because of it's like they go through this shit and then they don't reflect it in their emotions, but nobody ever wants to bring it up in the negative connotation that these people do horrible things but then act like it's nothing and are unbothered by it.
Yeah.
The many faces. Like, even when Jim Carrey was doing his crash out before he exiled himself from Hollywood,
Yeah.
and did the mocking mouth interview with Jimmy Kimmel, you know, he was explaining straight to the people, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be presented as a joke, like, ha ha ha, funny. And the people just lap it up, eating their TV dinners. It's a full Matilda status, you know. There's some point that we hope that it's going to break, but it doesn't seem to be coming.
It's not coming. It's not going to come. It's not because it's funny. It's just because you look at it, it's like, wow.
It's maddening.
We're fucked. We're fucked.
It's not funny. It's maddening. It's that chuckle you get, like, what the fuck do I do?
Well, and so what makes a lot of this so concerning too is that if you think about the powerful technologies that are being put forth into our government by
the discombobulator,
the fucking
the
audio frequency fucking weaponry now and stuff like that.
Not even just audio frequency, no, like Palantir, right?
Okay.
They named it after the object in Lord of the Rings for the all-seeing eye, shit like that,
or even that, or Pegasus, the fucking full system of complete control that you can't stop. Don't have an iPhone, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll stick with my Android, dog.
Dude, that's what I got, man. I don't do iPhone for a reason.
I'll be hopping on the Android boat back again here soon.
Yeah, you should, because it's a natural thing that you can't fucking delete, and it's untraceable beyond all beings. Like, it is not okay. Pegasus is real too, and that nerdy boy that you were talking about, that you wanted to have the discussion with Ryan and everything. Like, he was talking about, Pegasus is real, and it's on every fucking iPhone, automatically adapted into the whole fucking working system. They take everything, and you can't track it.
Like, everybody looks at me and like, why are you so like against
guarded?
This? Like why like, how do you know this? There's some things when you get, like, you know, knowledge, and then, you know, you actually educate yourself fully, and then you start looking at stuff, like, it kind of scares the fuck out of you.
And then it's a lot more scarier than, you know,
Look, I think it's crazy. I was like, AI is not bad. I was like, I don't think AI itself is bad, like, in a brain, like, constant like itself, but what it can fucking do, like,
listen,
and what
I've
they
been
can
on
do.
8 hits of acid and looking in the mirror. I understand scary, but, like, this shit is fucking wackerdoodle.
Because you look at it, and it's like, what do you mean? It's like, look, man, I'm a gray hat, okay? Like, what's that mean? It's like, that means white hat, all good. Black hat, all bad. Gray hat in the middle, keeping it under control. From the black hats to make sure I'm not doing the crazy, insane stuff. Balances, like, there's like the keys of balance, yeah. But when there's something the black hats won't fucking touch, there's a fucking problem. Like, they are usually about money. You know, their cult, like radicalization.
Funny how they shut down Anonymous too, right?
Bro.
Oh, the allocations to shut down that shit of spreading. Oh, that was fun. That was fun to see go down in the shadow of Super Bowls and everything else being flashed in front of your face.
Everybody looks at the main picture and they don't think about what's there, because they like, that's what I like about symbolism a lot with certain things. And everybody's like, what do you mean? It's like, certain things have symbolism. If you look at it and do research on it, you have a fucking meaning behind it. So yeah, it's like, but when you look at things like Pegasus, so yeah, or what's the fucking other one? The other one, I had it pull up the other day and looking at the new algorithm they have for Apple iOS formats for their AI integration. It's trickles of what the fuck is it? Fuck, man, I had it all yesterday, but it makes you fucking say, okay, I'm not touching anything like that ever. And they're like, yeah, because like Jimmy asked you and they say, hey, allegedly, and say, yeah, could you look at this and this and this? Fuck no, dog. He's like, what? Fuck no. It's like, look, if it terrifies me to even look at it, there's a fucking problem because I want more information than I can possibly handle in the first place.
There's
like,
too
nah,
many
I'm not doing
laces that you're about to get strapped up with, even
It-
searching it with your
And it's
fucking
one of those things
ability.
that you look at it, you like, the moment you look at it, you might see, there's a possibility it might see something. What
Whether
happens
you
after that?
register it as being important or not, it doesn't matter.
And then you are on this so-called little list. We're gonna say list. Okay. And if you ever looked at anybody who's mentioned Pegasus, like, and actually went into detail about it, most of their stuff gets gone. You don't have a track
You're
record of where they are.
Blacklisted. You will not receive calls, get calls, be able to put out calls whenever they want.
And no, I'm good on that because I have so much I need to fucking where I feel like I need to do is like, and it's not just like the big people they're looking at every fucking body,
'Cause they
everyone.
can. And it's
Yeah.
but it's not as them, it's the things they're developing to look at everything at all time. It's the what was that one
Like Eagle Eye,
theory?
like back the movie Eagle Eye, yeah.
The CCTV,
Yeah.
the beginning of you know, I always go back and reference it, Black Mirror. You
Mhm.
know, Black Mirror brings up so many good standings of how, like, we're leading to, in a lot of ways, they did a lot of good small episodes of, you know, popularity standings, of a socializing structure, of getting thumbs up and stars, and your economic value being realized on just how you interact nicely and how people perceive you. Like that could be a thing, just as well as anything else as being that scary.
Yeah, and like there are truly terrifying things out there, and when the people that you deem evil say no thank you, we're not touching that, there's a big problem with that.
Right.
And it
I
goes
kind of got
back
freaked out the other day because my phone just shut off. It just turned off on its own.
Mhm.
I'm like,
It was doing a reset so we could update.
Yeah.
oh, no, it just shut off. It didn't reset.
No, that's when it shuts down, it automatically updates.
When you turn it back on, it comes back connection and updates everything in the background.
Mhm. That's
The
why
update
it
was
does
still
that.
there.
You do realize how back end works, right?
That was
One day-
to make it and downplaying.
No, it wasn't even trying to. It's just like literally a general like inquisitive like
I know you were
asking question. Yes, a little bit, but a lot of it actually. But no, like everything in your phone constantly will update in the background, even if you don't allow it to. It'll still do
I
it.
still.
No. Listen, the ones that you let it do, it's for UI mainly. So that's for looks, like what it does, like for you to interact with it. But what it does on its own, it updates in the background no matter what. That's where we're getting at. That's why like everything with Pegasus, everything with AI, like integrated like software is a problem because you don't have control of it. As soon as it says you need to update, it does it.
It's
that's
like
Is no
why
matter
it's
what.
like 90% of the apps that you don't use in your phone that are constantly being put there, they have different background references
And
and
that's
little
kinda what I was
parts
trying to get
of
at.
code. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is saying that the update that was supposed to be the update
Mm-hmm.
is still unupdated. I haven't done it yet.
Everything for your end that you interact with it with is not updated, but everything it does is for software, network, everything, little input, even the micro algorithms it does that don't find importance to you, it does. So it stays up to date. It keeps tracking. Like you have Siri on your fucking phone, stuff like that. You know, even if you turn it off, it's still running no matter what.
Yeah.
The only way to turn it off completely is to uninstall it, which you can't do because it's a main integral part of its software and data. So it will never be turned off.
It's literally talking with the devil.
Yes, always,
But
constantly.
we need it at a almost satirical standard to have in our. Yeah, that's just until. Never mind.
Go ahead. Say it.
No, I'm stretching. Let me
No,
have
I'm
my good.
stretching. That's
What
a
are you
fucking
stretching
cop
off the
out.
camera?
Let me stretch and have a blackout here for a second.
What are you stretching off camera?
That's what I'm saying.
Don't tell me what to stretch. You want my? You
We
want?
wonder. Look, surf off. That might be a thing. Second off, we are not promoting the sale of crows yet.
Caca.
I say yet because there's no telling where life's gonna go. So yeah,
Crow's orifice.
Many holes, but okay. So I think we've made it down to like the third standard here, Terry.
Yeah.
It was like number 3 now.
yeah. Number 3, we did like things like
1
that.
and 2
School,
we've
stuff
touched
like that.
on.
We touched on tech
No, did he?
cover up. We haven't touched cover ups because honestly, there's too fucking much information for me. I have fucking 3 goddamn bots going through it right now still, and it's still not there. So,
we already did touch on it though. I
we did.
brought up
We did.
Bondi and
like
DOJ
Silicon Valley,
and
like
head
things,
of the FBI.
Yeah, there's so much like that. Like I can tell, like here we'll do one simple that everybody fucking knows about. Simple. If you pricing it, like let's look at J.P. Morgan's $290 million settlement for ignoring Epstein's victim payments to Gates. Okay.
And then the 390 that Florida just sent Israel.
Jeez,
What
I don't
about
want to talk about that.
What about that Wexler fella?
Wexler,
Him and Epstein were.
Yeah. Like I said, there's just too much information, and because it's pushed out in such a thing, and even though it's not all the information, that's the bad thing. Horrible thing. It's not even
We
all the
still
information.
only have half of it.
We
with
don't even know if it's
redactions.
half. It might be fucking just like a 10th from the way this looks.
I wouldn't even say
That's a
half
bad
because
thing.
they released half of the paper, sure,
Mm-hmm.
but the information that is what's the word, redacted, the percentage of that.
Videos, photos, everything else that was transcribed. We still
not
are
even that, just
missing
names.
3
Everything's
million
redacted.
pages.
Yeah, it's crazy to me because everybody's. I understand getting wrapped up in it and looking at it all and like going through it all and like, and for me like this is kind of what I like to do is going through sourcing, researching, and then having it where it like can integrate into our lives to teach us more. But even
This
on
ain't
my
nothing
scale,
but curating hatred. Doug.
this right here is legitimately showing the fucking failures of all fucking society and not keeping up with its own people and like letting people
the
go.
echelon of government. It's showing the failings of the echelon of government. Of what
It's not even the government.
has
It's just
turned
it's everything. Like there's things. There's a track record from the beginning before they had fucking power to show you this person's fucked and he's going to fuck everything around them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and so
that's what I'm getting at.
What's been historically known is that at this point in time that they have drastically throughout the span, even of the American, from almost practically the start of the American colonies being their thing.
Yeah.
Like even Christopher Columbus, he was considered to be cast. Like I said, allegedly, I guess, one of them Khazar descendants of Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason he started to go explore. And then it goes into like the Civil War. The slave trades were created by them. And on an oceanic level specifically, let me, articulate that.
I said, it started before that, but you said oceanic level.
It was still making ship routes to India and North Africa.
And then
and South Africa.
It just flows into a multitude of parts of like almost at the base roots. And so it makes you wonder what was real, who was what, and everything else. Because I do know that the first essence of central banking was started by them in England?
Central banking started by them. I don't know if it's England or not. Like, honestly, I can't words hard. I can't remember like exactly because that like
I mean, I can tell you which one would start off banking, but it's a little bit more racist than I need to be.
Well, I just mean that they're the ones doing it, but they started it in England first, I believe.
Well, as people get kicked out from certain nations over time, they flock to other areas and completely rebuild themselves.
They don't look at the fucking track record. They're just like, we should accept people. Look at everything throughout fucking history.
Man,
Don't even look at
patterns are
don't look at
dope.
Nazi Germany. Look at everything before that too.
Patterns are dope. Pattern
And you
recognition.
look at it all, and you're
And
just like, look over here, Spain. Look at Spain. Look what they did. Look at that. They did pushing the world fucking rendering thing. They said, no, fuck you, get the fuck out. So
one thing that I
just
also explained is when people were like, well, General Patton was saying that we fought the wrong enemy, and they meant communism and the Russians, not Germany. And I'm like, little column A, little column B. I'm like, do you understand who controlled Russia at that time? The Bolshevik Revolution happened where, 60 million plus Christians were fucking massacred?
Massacred. Yeah.
In a genocide? And
the real massacre
nobody
with
talks
real
about it.
numbers.
And then at that point in time, like, who's in charge of Russia? Oy vey.
Fucking idiot.
And
But,
so these dudes
goddamn.
are now in control of Russia at that point in time after their Bolshevik Revolution. And then I would say it goes up all the way into World War II.
That's correct.
And so when he said that we were fighting the wrong people, I think he means the Bolsheviks explicitly, and not so much Russia being the enemy.
I think,
like I said, theory.
Yeah, I think it has merit a lot, but I think there's pieces still missing, fully missing.
And
Because
I think
that's because over history, because they take things out because it didn't fit their narrative.
You have
That's the
to
reason
grab
why.
grasps of interactions throughout our timeline right now and piece them together like a puzzle. Like, take Gaza. Like, for sure, Terry, you know me, and most of the people that are around me, we don't necessarily vibe with most of Muslim people or Jewish people.
Yeah.
Right? It has been a stoic standard of once they're there, then all of a sudden your infrastructure just kapoops.
Exactly. But look at their own
But
infrastructure
looking
not
at
allowing
Gaza-
other people.
But looking at Gaza
Mhm.
and seeing the timeline of the just mutual assured destruction of all life and neighborhoods, buildings, they're waiting for them to go to the hospital, then bombing it.
Mhm.
Like, it's fucking crazy that this shit is allowed, but they can get away with it. That is how much power it's been taken over. It's fucking wackerdoodle. Can you
Absolutely.
imagine if we did that shit? Like, say, I don't know, name a really nice country.
I would say probably like Sweden or Norway, like, completely, mostly peaceful.
Which have been taken over by Muslims as of recently and slowly being picked apart. Yes, you go there, say, hey, you're ours, and you take it over, they say, no, okay, and then just wipe them off the map.
Yeah, that's the thing, because we're not in a day and age of conquering anymore.
No,
And
it's just
having that,
boop.
like, yeah, and it's just like, that's wild. You think about
Hey,
how
change
how it
that
is.
satellite image to this, Doot. And change this timeline to this, Doot.
Oh yeah, yeah. It could just get away with so much shit if you have enough power and money.
Speaking about power and money,
Go ahead.
I would like to go back to the talks of us all being, stand-up fathers.
Go ahead.
Life Touch,
Mm-hmm.
which was mentioned in the wonderful Epstein files of what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
And they control over 50% of the pictures taken and information taken in for every school picture that is involved in our child's lives.
Which is crazy
They
to
get
me.
the addresses, they get their names, they get their pictures and profiles and take more pictures and are completely sold out and mentioned into the Epstein files as a reference company. It's like picking up a platter. Choose what you want.
So I was on the menu?
We were
Probably.
on the menu, dog.
I didn't get picked.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
know.
I didn't get picked. I think it's
You
kinda
had
black, though.
family.
Well, I was going to say, I know why.
But see, with the information basically alone, you can see whether they have parents, whether they're adopted, whether people will miss them. Are they manipulatable? It's easily done. I mean, Terry, I know I hate Texas a lot.
Yeah, I know.
And your child care system is completely beyond bars fucked.
Absolutely.
It is unfathomably not
But it's not just here though. Like I know
right.
you isolate always here. It's like I've seen it in a lot of other places too. It's not
Right,
just
no,
one
no,
set,
no,
but your
but-
disdain for it is different.
Well, my disdain for it is different, but I'm not using that in what I'm saying right now. Is because it is completely unfunded. They take over way too many kids that they can provide for, and then those kids magically disappear. Just like in Florida with the 3,600 fucking kids found.
Yeah, that's
like just recently. That's fucking insane.
how have nobody known about that number so high until recently.
I don't know. Ted Cruz? Huh? What?
God damn it.
I'm the most pro-Israel congressman, and I've been running on that for years, even though he just started talking about Israel fucking, the last year, two?
Yeah, but that's because they got money in his pocket.
What's better than sucking a dick like Trump?
Jesus Christ.
Like, no, I seriously enjoyed the guy, and I thought of him as a good president, but it, wool over the eyes.
But that's the dog and pony show, no matter what,
Yeah, so
it always is. Okay. No, absolutely not. He used to be enjoyable for me, and that was back when everything was, we could take a joke. So that now it's too political with that what he's doing now, and he's about money.
Well, he did sell out to the little hats.
Well, he left and worked on himself, and then came back and turned into something.
I don't know.
He makes a lot of jokes that make people that love Israel uncomfortable, and I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those are little sprinkles of,
Well, the fact that I
Entertainment.
think for me, the big part of my thing is that everybody gets so uncomfortable when questioning that group. It happens. They're just like start clutching their pearls and getting fucking weird, and we've always been a means to an end for them, not an ally, not a friend, a source of money and power.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm like, because if we were friends, do you think they would have ever, by any means, ever attacked the U.S. liberty?
No, absolutely not.
We're not friends, we're vassals. This is straight serfdom.
DP out of the bottle.
We're being used as a vassal.
Really, motherfucker. I'm just taking a fucking drink, listening to Crow. You just have to fucking say that shit, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me I'm wrong, though.
You're not
Didn't
wrong at
hear
all,
that
man.
part.
It just, what's it gonna take? Do you believe? I know I ask these questions all the time. What is it truly gonna take for people to, anyone, on any standpoint, not just parents, just overall, for people to wake the fuck up and actually want to do something about it?
Well, I think
That's
we're at a
quite for
point
both
where
of you.
people want to do something about it, but I don't think anybody can, because there's government agencies, the military power, the CIA, the FBI. You have all these hyper powerful, technologically advanced organizations that will snuff out anything before it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
And so there's really no stopping almost on any level, I don't think. And I think it's like a good hope, but I don't think it's realistic to happen.
No, not in any way.
So what do we do?
I mean, we
Exist.
sit here and shut the fuck up and bitch about it, because that's all we can do. But, so, like, again, as father figures and everything,
Mhm.
I'm his only dad. Do I go out there and start fucking, taking down people like what I'm good at, which would be fine if we had this option presented to us. Hey, by the way, in context through this whole conversation, I would never kill myself.
Yeah.
I just wanted I want to
know.
make that
I know.
I want to make a reference to that, as every
Just so you know,
just want to do this dollop in here that I would never kill myself.
Allegedly.
I will have thoughts about it,
Allegedly.
but I will have thoughts about it, and that demon is always there in me, but I would never do that. I've already promised me that that self, I could never hold back the scrutiny of that beyond all bounds.
And just letting everyone know, on piggybacking off
Just
that
letting
one,
everyone know, just like Theo Vaughn and everyone else trying to be like, hey, by the way, though, just saying, not gonna ever kill myself.
I don't believe I'd kill myself, unless there was actually a purpose behind it, if that makes sense.
I have something I found.
If I was ever gonna do it, I'm going out with a bang, and it's gonna be international.
That's what I'm
news.
saying. There's gonna be a fucking real it's gonna be a grand spectacle.
So if they kill me, it's gonna be a mugging where nothing is taken off my body.
Mm-hmm.
Probably by some French Foreign Legion agent, like they're doing to Candace Owens.
Yeah. And secondly, if I get mugged and they don't take anything from me, remember this. I always keep something on me that's valuable. That's actually is valuable. First off, fuck you, bitch.
He's gonna have like a bedazzled diamond butt crest inside of his asshole. Like they didn't even rob his asshole. This is bullshit. Obviously, was a setup.
They were homophobes, clearly.
Obviously.
Strike one, another check mark for that community.
I'm gonna order a Filipino femboy to cry at your funeral.
You said what?
I'm gonna order a Filipino femboy to cry at your funeral.
I'm pretty sure I don't think that person would survive my funeral. If you get my drift.
Dead giveaway.
Dead giveaway.
Yeah. It really makes sense to reference a topic here. This was a wonderful standpoint of an interview done by Ari Shafir.
Yeah. I just need my shit to fucking load up faster.
I know, that's why I'm explaining it, you fucking nuts.
Listen. It's not my fault. I am sure.
It's like a minute and a half, 2 minutes max.
Cool.
But there's even a circumstance where they're saying that the French Foreign Legion has been hired across the internationally.
Well, again, the French are being taken over too by all of the releases of the Muslims into the community. Just like Norway and Switzerland. They've just been dropped off at a constant standard and destabilizing.
The only thing that's saving us from that is the distance from.
Well, we have such a big country.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, Minnesota, but that's one example.
But Minnesota is straight black flag. Fucking no offense, Terry.
It's fine. I know what it means. You don't say no offense to me, motherfucker. I know what you mean.
I know, but I that's why I wanted to be offensive, just because I was fucking with
you. Fucking dick. All right. Anyways,
all right. White flag, Terry.
Back to this. Here we go. This one actually worked. Yay.
Oh, he's funny.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but every comic, there's a reason why they're funny.
Well, no, he went around to a Jewish market to get them to apologize for killing Jesus.
That's crazy.
I know. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that guy. What? I know.
I mean,
I saw this before.
Crazy.
No. Are you serious?
Yeah, voting is not going to make a difference. It has never. Not in 100 years.
So what would you like to see?
I'd like to see some politicians start getting murdered and reform this government.
Oh my God.
Do one that's not corrupted. I'd like to get business out of government, and they're not going to do it. So the only way to do this is start killing people.
Isn't that exactly what
Look around the world. How has anything changed around the world? How has any regime change happen around the world? Violence. That's the only way. You think people in Arab countries are that much different than us?
Yeah.
Violence. That's the only way you depose a system that doesn't represent the people anymore.
I mean, I think the wonderful thing about the United States is that we can vote, and you do change administration.
Your vote doesn't go anywhere. Your vote doesn't do anything.
Yes, it does.
You can now be arrested and never tried if they say you're a terrorist. Never tried in your life. Just arrested and held forever. Who voted for that?
So shoot them all.
No, not shoot them all. Start shooting them until they get business out of politics and they start representing who we are instead of their money interests. Yeah, violence. That's the only way shit changes, man.
Okay.
Look at history. Tell me when a regime has changed with voting. I mean, I know. I'm not trying. That's not fair because you haven't studied this stuff.
Well, no, I'm not trying to, murder politicians. I'm not trying to do what I don't like that others do that I would like to change. So I will shoot somebody because I'm pissed off that they're shooting somebody else.
Yeah.
It's not the way that I think, but that's fine. We think differently.
I think
he has no capacity for violence, and there's a problem with that.
But look,
It's because he's not a good man.
Also, look how Shafir is making himself completely vulnerable, crouched down. He's still protected. He's covering his groin, just
Covering his
like I
groin,
was.
yep.
Yep. He's protected, but he's making himself as small as he can as standing, getting away from a person that he sees as vile, too.
Mm-hmm.
See how he shrugs away in the farthest way possible, trying
Yep.
to stand away and
Yeah.
make his point and make himself small as possible so he doesn't seem intimidating, even though the words that he's saying are intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know how to do that much.
I know.
You're a large
It's
black
curative.
man.
First off, it happens.
He stole my bike.
I did not
I think
steal
even if you
anybody's
don't want to
bike.
shoot somebody, don't vote. Voting is you saying, complicitly saying, I support this system. And I don't support it anymore. I don't. We're killing people in Yemen. We're murdering like families in Yemen that aren't associated with any sort of terrorist thing. It was just an oopsie when we like killed a wedding party. And Obama, the fucking hope change guy, just refused to comment on it. That's cool. Do what you want. It's not going to change. Your voting is not going to change that. I know one way that it'll change. I can look at history and tell you this is the way things change. Look at whenever a black guy gets shot, it's like, oh, it's bad. If this is a riot, no one comments on it. Those things go under the radar. When there's a riot in Baltimore, it's like, hold on, we've got to rethink the system here in Baltimore because people went crazy. That's just in history, here and elsewhere. That's the only way shit changes.
All right, we'll agree to disagree on that.
And I guarantee the only thing they're
Usually-
going to show from this clip is Ari Shaffir doesn't say Amy Schumer is the most funny comic in the world.
Yeah, that it's he makes such valuable references in that statement and those in the statements he made, because a lot of people look at me like when I do resort to violence or say violent things or say this should be fixed with violence.
Hey, words are violence.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure. Words are so goddamn
Shut up.
violent. You
Shut
placating
the
motherfucker.
fuck up.
So no. When I say this, like, look, honestly,
Someone grab a squirt bottle.
No. But I like water, by the way, so go ahead, try that shit.
It'll make you ashy.
Fill it with cocoa butter just to make you smell like it again.
But anyways, people's capacity for fucking violence is so minuscule now. Like, so minimal. So small. And they're just
hey,
like,
Cherry.
oh, yeah, what?
Fluoride.
I'll kill it.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, moved on past this.
No. But
Yeah.
it's a pure aggravation for you, too, right now.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah,
makes
but-
a standing point.
But here's the thing, like, if you do it, like,
He doesn't have the power to.
There's no power. You can say all you want to, but do you have the capacity for it?
Swords to plowshares.
Like, legitimately, like, if something went absolutely fucking wrong and you had to make a choice of, I'm going to try to talk them down, I'm going to fucking just ignore it, or I'm going to act violently to do what I need to do, the right thing in my perspective. Which one do you lean toward more? Especially if it's a grand extreme situation. Because if it's an extreme situation, for me, it's not talking ain't gonna help with extreme situation. Ignoring it, that just makes you fucking just weak and not worth a fuck. And reacting.
From that standing, why do you think there's all of these violent political standings of certain groups that are put there for some reason? All of a sudden
George
turn
Soros.
violent. Isn't that crazy from exactly what you're talking about?
It's crazy.
Because that side's so violent. We should be able to label them as a terroristic threat. And what are terroristic threats involved in? You can remove all of their rights and hold them
indefinitely.
If that's okay, everybody watch real quick. Let's see if the people will let that one go. Now we can start describing anything we want as a terroristic threat and hold them without bar or being able to talk in any kind of standing. As long as we make it look good enough. And with AI and even just regular happenings of putting people there to do a certain thing, like hell, LA.
Oh god damn, the LA riots
You know?
and shit. Yeah.
And that was a lot of rounds fired off from one guy moving to 17 different fucking guys.
Jesus
Oh, you mean
fucking
the Las
Christ.
Vegas thing?
Yeah, the Las
Yeah,
Vegas
Las
drop.
Vegas.
That was he was a wild little guy. He was on a lot of cocaine, that's for sure.
So, who opened my eyes to a lot of this is Ian Carroll.
Eden Carroll. Can you remind me of?
Good. I'll send you the stuff for him. He
I
a
just
lot of good standpoints on it.
I need. So the reason why I asked is
Yeah.
not to interrupt your story.
No, go for it.
It's just because I don't learn any famous people's names regularly. It has to have like a very high impact on my life for me to remember.
He will.
So Ian Carroll isn't really famous from my standpoint.
So
you
how do you
me
spell
on
it?
Facebook, didn't you?
He's
How do you
garnering fame. So IANCARROLL. Ian Carroll.
I don't got shit. Like it was on Discord. You sent it to me.
The Ian Carroll links.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. It's not.
I mostly
it's
see
not,
him on Facebook.
Yeah, which is fine. It's just
he's on my Facebook
bullshit.
algorithm. My Instagram algorithm is unhinged.
You're still on Facebook?
Yeah.
Have you thought about leaving Facebook?
I have left Facebook before.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I only have Instagram, Discord, and joining
YouTube,
you on Twitch.
The YouTubes.
And listen, if the shoe fits, it still smells weird.
That's why I moved the podcast away from fucking Twitch, because there's too many things you're not allowed to say for no reason, no real reason. I don't like that. And then to the politics behind it.
Politics is a hard thing to navigate.
Well, absolutely, but it's just one of those things of why. If you're asking the simple question, why? If that causes a fucking fuss, like a big fucking problem, like outrage throughout their whole company, there's a problem there already. But yeah, Ian Carroll, he's good at what he does. I don't agree with certain standpoints, but that's just because, again, it comes from a person who's an average person, okay, and trying to decipher so many other things and then trying to put it together in sourcing. He's doing such great sourcing though. Like that's a lost art. He's such great sourcing and finding what's relevant and everything. Such good at what he says. Good at what he does. He's good talker, and he stands on what he's talking about. So I was like, cool, I can look into him because Jimmy sent me some of the stuff. I was like, cool. And I started looking into him, looking at everything he talks about. And I went back like 5 years too, just to see what he was doing before that. And it translated correctly. It was just different. So I was like, okay, cool.
Because what he started to do, his biggest thing, his foundation of what started what he was doing is that he wanted to find out like basically what companies that you purchase products from are sold out and just corrupt. And so he's like, I'm curious. And so he started looking into the backgrounds of stuff, and it started with like shampoos, and then it escalated to pretty much every aisle in the store about what companies own what and where the money goes. And so he's like, it started off with him just following the money and just looking at that. And then money just leads places, and he kept looking. And so he kind of was like, everything kind of points back to Israel. And he's just like, this is crazy. But he's like, that's where all the money goes.
It's almost like they feed the cattle the most bare minimum.
Exactly.
Turn it all into vegetable oil. Make sure you have no nutrients. Constantly suffering from every fucking ailment that you could possibly get from not getting anything into your system.
Yeah. But it's wild how that happens like that, and it's just accepted because it's convenient now. Because it's a convenience thing now.
Well,
So
no. Not just that, because even in the standard of, like, Terry, me and you both know very smart people, but then it's racist if we say shit like...
How? In my opinion, I still don't grasp how it's racist.
I know, but they'll perceive it as that. And we have to talk about it at a later time.
Sounds like fucking snowflakes and just need to fucking... should have had their ass whooped or something like that.
I don't like the idea of snowflake because... I think uneducated is the main thing.
Let's say naive.
Naive would be even probably should be put in first place on that
Naive.
stand.
Well, they're too naive for their own good. But
That's why I like to tell people that they're not stupid; they're just misguided.
Unguided.
some of them kind of stupid.
Oh, well, yeah, but I mean,
some of them kind of stupid. Like I'm just gonna say it. Some of them.
But if you say it in a very arrogant way, it sounds so much more insulting.
Everything I say is fucking usually in an arrogant or pretentious way, as Crow likes to put it. I say stuff, but it's just who I am and how I talk. That's just it.
Like, when there'd be chicks, they'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm so stupid," and I'm like, "Oh, sweetie, you're not stupid. You're just incredibly misguided."
You have a lot of daddy issues, and we should talk about that later.
Dinner 9:00, my place. Gotcha. But let's get back into this. What do you think, or actually believe, or your opinions on? Because we get back to this after seeing some of the survivor stories and seeing the warning signs they gave. I don't know if you actually watched it all the way through, Jimmy, or not. But what do you think was the message behind that? And like, how do you think you could integrate that into your own parenting style that you think you might have missed?
Well, I think it was them not redacting the names of the victims in itself was kind of like them saying, "Look at what we can do. We can take you. We can drag your name through the mud and then put it out in front of everybody. And there's not a fucking thing you can do about it.
And we'll still hide the fucking people that did it to you."
It's fucking.
But I just make sure that's why I'm happy I'm capable and competent in a manner of ways. And if I don't have the capacity, I always know I can reach out to somebody who has a capacity in some shape or form to help me get the circumstances situated.
Okay.
So I think, and half the battle is like knowing your resources and then having the ability to recognize when you need to access those resources.
Speaking of resources, I want to put this tidbit in there for everyone who might have seen something off and you don't know if what you saw is what you saw, because there's always a bystander somewhere in some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Everybody has cameras on their doors now, mostly like the ring bell, doorbells, whatever cameras. You might see something. There's places to say, "Hey, I saw this. Don't know if it meant anything because I don't know who they are. I don't know what happened, but it didn't look right to me. So send it here." And like I said, or other people. So local authorities. Yes, it takes a long time. It's not instantaneous, but reach out to local authorities. Then from there, reach out if there's something there. Do yourself a favor, reach out to a reporting body.
What do you mean, like the Department of Justice?
No. I mean, like you said, your sheriff's department, everything like that, because, you start small, because no matter how big it is, you have to start small because to get somewhere, to get the ball rolling, and then go from there. And then also, if you're a good law-abiding citizen or not, and you want to do the right thing, fucking follow up. You can do that. You don't have to.
And
just
you'll
report
still
it.
be sued.
Oh yeah, you probably will be sued. Maybe not. But it matters.
It matters what you want to die on.
Exactly.
I mean, my resources were on more of a different instance.
No, I caught your win.
Yeah.
We all catch your win.
But allegedly,
I said what I say. I say.
God damn it. But we make sure to take care of those around you, even if you're not directly involved in their lives, especially children. Like I said, this is the main purpose of this whole thing, is like making sure the children are fucking taken care of, protected, and safe. No matter what it is, make sure they are. Don't let yourself think that it's not your problem. That's a lot. What's wrong with a lot of people.
So a big part of the thoughts that I have had at one point or another was, what's the word? Making an inquiry with the Cherokee Nation about having a fostering.
No lives are worthy on stolen land.
Hey, if they, well, I was going to say though, if they hook me up with a whole ass facility to foster children,
dude,
I've
continue.
Let's see, like I would happily be the willing circumstance of which presides and protects over the children.
Absolutely,
provides.
That would be awesome.
That figure. But like I said, though, that's going to cost a lot of money. And if they would fork over money to build the facility and then give me the circumstances to do so, I would happily be like whatever they want to fucking call it.
You would
'Cause
be
they
the
offered
jelly
me-
roll of the TP.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
One thing,
but
because
that's what's needed.
I was so
that
irritated with them
motherfucker's
because they're
heart.
like, "Hey, you're a veteran." I was like, "Our Cherokee Nation, we provide tickets for you to go to the Washington memorials and view all that." I'm like, I don't need that. I've already been. I'm like, what you should be doing is you could take that ticket for me and hand that to a child, and they could be escorted along with these people to have inspiration to go do something.
Exactly.
I'm like, I don't need that. I've
Dude,
been there. I've done that.
I'm
like,
so
inspire
happy
the
that
young.
you talking about this right now, because the communities of our true American people, like, are just dissolving, and nothing but alcoholism, meth, just drug addiction at a fucking basis. I kicked one of my best friends out of my life, like, and she was a youngin', but because of her choice to choose to drink babies out of her rather than use sorry,
You're good.
what was the correct word there?
Contraception.
Contraception. Thank you. Yeah, it escaped me. She was drinking. This was the third time, and when she referenced that to us, and I'm like, listen, I'm glad for helping out people, and I will always take under my wing anyone that isn't in a downtrout manner that needs guidance, right? I will do everything in my power to help you, and we have a plethora of different lives lived and a whole lot of wisdom through our dumbass decisions or great decisions to give you.
Yep.
But I can no longer help you. You are now a detriment on everything that we stand for. You've already gotten this for like the past 5 years. You chose not to, use that in a productive manner. For what you're saying right now, you're doing that. It struggles for me to even say it because it's so wrong in my brain. I have to let you go. I don't care how hard it hurts, but later, like that is those are stories from actual, TPs and hand grenades. Like, there is only one native that is left, and he left the reservation because of how bad it was there. Once he got a kid, he didn't want his kid to be on the reservation because of how bad it's gotten, and the prominence of drugs and alcoholism in that community, of where it leads to. He's seen it happen, and he's moving over to the United States and just starting his life with his family now, not on a reservation. He still gets some benefits from being, which we will still make fun of him because he's our friend.
We all do that,
but in the same standing, when even your own people can realize of how detrimental it has become, like, it's the crack epidemic, when Biggie and fucking Tupac were the last true poetic writers of, our growing up standard. And
there's also speculations about there being plans too.
Well,
there is, but
they were being used at a level to,
like, one of them was hey, and wasn't like a gangbanger at all. They just painted him like that, kind of like a Rosa Parks circumstance.
Yeah, absolutely. And there was a reason why the other guy had to leave, because he was a real fucking person that would just do work.
You did so good there. I'm proud of you. I saw that.
No, listen. Listen. While you were muted and playing with your dog, I heard the most magical fucking noise come out of his microphone. He popped his neck so hard, I heard it, and it made mine want to pop. Like, it was delicious. It was snap, crackle, pop, rice-a-roni fucking shit.
Hey, it's service connected.
So yeah, it is. So, what's one lesson that you think every parent should probably know at peace? Go ahead, Jimmy.
Say that again and curate that.
What does that mean? So you've seen other parents, okay?
Okay.
You've seen either what they lack or what they're doing good at, and everything like that, every avenue that you witness. What's one thing overall that you can tell and say, I think you should do this Not saying you need to say you should do. I think you should, in my opinion, do this a little bit more, and then you probably be better off, or help your kids out more. Something like that. Give them some kind of avenue to fall back on after all this.
So one thing that was a prolific like ideology that they would preach in corrections, especially more specifically when you worked in special housing, is to be firm, fair, and consistent.
Consistency is dope.
is key.
Yes, because when you say one thing and then you change it up and you do another thing, that's where a lot of the mistrust and then confusion and that's kind of what they say is like, so that's, I think, one thing that I excelled at doing the corrections is I was firm, fair, and consistent. I was usually pretty goofy, laid back, but then whenever I said I was going to get on business, I was going to fuck shit up when necessary. I didn't go off and search for it, but those circumstances were predicated regardless. But there's a lot of people that are either way too soft, inconsistent, and oftentimes not fair. And so, like, you go across those three simple. I wanted to do this. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this. So I was like, but you bring in those three factors into the trifecta of how you try to balance things out. And you can obviously do more one or the other, but the closest to a balance you can get, I think, would be the most beneficial thing to the environment of a child.
That's good. I like that. Crow?
You're going to have to ask me again because I still don't get the question.
So, other parents, okay, if they're watching this at home or whatever,
Mhm.
what's one thing are you witnessing, raising, or just noticing that you think a little bit of information to help them out?
For me, it would just be there for them because time is the biggest commodity that you can ever give your child. And it is the only source and currency that no one can take away from you. Just being present, whether it's just going to a walk in the park, going around the block, having a conversation every day. Let's go on a walk. Make it a present consistency as that was said. Because if it isn't, they can feel the lack there of and showing up from time to time again until you can't show up no more is the only thing that we can truly give our children, whether it's good or bad. We're still babies raising babies. It is a time that we can't, as human beings, grow quick enough to keep up with even an iota of the internet. Like internet, just the systems of everything. There is no way to teach that all to your child. Only the basic and necessities, and hope to God that they grasp some of them to be able to function or preserve themselves and protect their own when they get in trouble or find someone that's worthy to put their trust in and then be betrayed and then know who they can talk to after that. Like the isolation and feeling alone when you're finally betrayed, that I don't know, I might be just speaking for myself, but
That's
when
the point.
your first betrayal of truly trusting someone and getting gutted by that same knife you put in their hand, you gave them that knife.
Yeah.
And you never thought it would be used on you, but you got gutted regardless. Teaching your child to have a safety net to fall back on when you are gutted and it seems like the world is against you can prevent so many things. And it's like, but now, in most households, what we were talking about earlier, the iPad generation of not wanting to take that time and effort and putting in. Yeah, we're tired. We're all tired. It's I don't remember when I ate last. Like you fucking, but you still make that time.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, yelling or keeping in check or just giving them a hug. You make the time because it matters and it will matter. It always has. I never got that, and I know it should have mattered more too. But that you can only learn from the mistakes of your forefathers.
Yeah.
So there's one thing that Matthew McConaughey had said that I actually really liked is that he was like, when it comes to punishing your kids, because I don't always like his perspectives and stuff.
Yeah.
But this
He's
one I was
very
just like
flip flopping in
Yes.
between.
But this statement, I'm just like, and so I might start incorporating part of it into how I manage my kid, because he says don't do groundings because time is one thing you can't get back. He's like, you got to give them their ass whooping, and then send them on their way and let them deal with it and cope with it. And I'm just like, fuck, that's actually. So what I think I might do is I might be like, so do you want to sit in timeout or do you want to get spanked? And so because he said, and then he told a story about how he was at a birthday and he did some petty shit, and so his mom brought him to the side of the house, whooped his ass, and then sent him back onto the party after it. Everybody's just sitting there, and he was so embarrassed, but he's just like, but I went off and played and got over it. And so I think that's a big thing to try to help people develop, because that's a big caveat, I feel like, is that it's helping people deal with that.
But I'm struggling
moment
with that too.
Yes.
I'm struggling with that hard as a parent right now.
So what I did, which is different from most people, is when it came to discipline, do the discipline, like the spankings, whatever, and then I gave them a little reprieve so they had a chance to think about why. Even if it's not how they work, or anything, just give them a thought process of why. Let them get the anger out, because any child, when you go to discipline or anything, they feel betrayed. You feel like you shouldn't have done that, and they feel like they're entitled to certain things. And then I tell them, come out, sit down with me, and we have a long conversation to reflect. Because
is that how you interact with them? Your vocal tone right now that you're presenting?
I usually
were you yelling at all in any of those, or are you even softer?
I yell at first. So if there's something like really circumstances, yeah, like stealing, things like that, I yelled, because like that's a fucking no. And then everything else, like I lower a tone, especially if it's like something that's not actually detrimental. Like I try to look at the future standpoint of like what it would cause. Say, cool. There's levels to everything, like I keep saying. But I'd sit down with them, I talk with them, and we'd go over it, and I'd say, okay, what do you think about what we just talked about? And we'd have this reflecting moment. And they'd tell me what they picked up from it, so I knew their thought process on that standpoint. Because children don't think the same as we do. They're either they either have grander thoughts, or they're on themselves about the moment.
So I need to start doing that with my boy. I forget to do that a lot. I'll ask him, like, did you learn something? But I don't go into what did you think about it? Yeah, because for instance, the teachers are suspecting that he's taking things, and he took one thing that was like a little rubber ball, and I'm like, dude, that's a stupid toy. You've destroyed 4 of those, and you want to get in trouble for stealing that. I'm like, that's embarrassing. I'm like, that's pathetic. I'm like, it doesn't belong to you. Why are you touching it in the first place? You play with it, sure. If the teacher's like, yeah, that's fine, but then you to take it of your own accord and be like, this is mine now. I'm like, that's not how things work. And that's I'm like, you should be embarrassed about that. That's pathetic, dude. And so I try to put forth that boundary of shame from when it comes to stealing things that don't belong to him, or taking things.
Some people don't like that. Putting shame on your fucking child. You should feel shame for that.
Well, society needs shame.
You have done something wrong. You've done something wrong. You should feel shameful. You should feel these feelings. And whether it's tears or crying or whatever your emotional reaction is to it, you should feel that.
But the thing is,
it is real.
People want to avoid shame, but shame is the important thing, because you don't change anything without shame.
I'm not saying manipulate your fucking child into feeling like a piece of shit either, because that's how some people view it as.
You just ate a sandwich? You ate that side of the bread?
Yeah, you little fat fuck.
Yeah,
you little fat fuck. What the fuck? You didn't even finish your sandwich. You can go from the other side. You don't even finish your fucking sandwich. You understand how many people are living under bridges right now?
Yeah, that would love the rest of that fucking sandwich yesterday.
Yeah, fucking Christ.
So
it's weird.
Yeah. So what I like to do with this is I think they call it a grace or praise sandwich, something like that. Something they do right, whatever they need to work on, and finish up with something they can keep building toward. That way they understand that you're not just telling them what to do. You are building little pieces of confidence in them too, saying, you did good here, you're fucked up here, you need to work on that, and this is what you're doing good that I see you can do better in, and then, finish it off with another good thing. I just can't remember the exact reference
work on that.
Yeah, it's harder to do as men from our older age, because we're so used to the I told you to fucking do that. That's it. That's all
So
we
my
got
kid,
most times. You know.
when he was
Here's
when he
the
was
static
just when I
reason why
just
you
got
keep
full
fucking
custody,
up.
Yeah.
when I just got full
learned that.
custody of him, he tried to run off into the street because we were out at like a Five Guys in Rayleigh's parking lot, and he tried to run off into the fucking street. And so I was just I ran over there, grabbed him, and he got smacked twice on his butt. And then he was sitting there crying, and so I knelt down and I gave him a hug, and then I explained to him exactly what happened. Some dude was just driving by, he had stopped, and he's just like, dude, he's like, good job, Dad. You're doing a good job. It's some random ass motherfucker I never seen again.
Like I've told you the story when I took the kiddos to the store and stuff like that. Like people come up to me and like, you did so, like they act so great and everything like that, and they go to the kids and like say you have good manners, you are respectful and things like that, and they're like, I don't see kids like this anymore. I'm like,
But yeah.
no, I try to teach them.
Yeah, and
So, yeah.
it's just like I'm complimented all the time about how Jace presents himself in an outside standard. He's able to be crazy here, but I still have to deal with that crazy. You know, like when he gets that ego starts fucking creeping up a little too high, I gotta
yeah.
knock that shit the fuck down real quick because I know how I am, where he came from. Like when that ego and being smart fucking start to culminate too fucking high for your britches to be able to hold together, like you have to have that check and balance because
Absolutely.
he's a complete sweetheart in public. Yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. Respects if he sees a veteran hat on, he goes over, talks to them, thank you for your service, and hi, me, introduces himself, like the best mannerisms in public and in social standings at all.
Mm-hmm.
But then I still have to deal with the other side of,
that's honestly,
I'm proud of that side.
I told many moms because they're like, I don't understand. Like the school teachers, like we talk about this at school, they have the best fucking notes in the world. And you look at like, who the fuck is that guy?
Mm-hmm.
And then at home they misbehave, and in my head's like,
But that's what
a
I've
good
always.
thing.
But that's what I've always embraced with him too. When you leave this house, when you go into a public setting, you are the most stand-up person that you present yourself to the world. When you come here, then you can act crazy. You will be punished if you do some really dumb shit, but this is where you act crazy and you can embrace that. That is fine.
I told the kids all the time, like, look, when you go out there, say, this is how I see it and how I grew up. I'm going to tell you this. It's like, yeah,
you're a lot more analytical too, and
I try to be.
He's definitely more autistic.
Yeah,
yeah, no.
But anyways,
42 toothpicks on the ground. 42 toothpicks.
But I look at them and I say, look, so when we leave the house, yeah, this is it. So yeah, so we're gonna get in the car, so yeah, we're gonna goof the fuck around. We're gonna do what we want to do. You're gonna act how you're gonna do. But when we go in public, so yeah, you're not just yourself. So what, you represent yourself of how you want people to look at you, and then you represent your mom and dad, and then you represent your grandfather and grandmother, things like that. It's like, this is how you look, this is how people see you, and this is how they'll put prejudgments on everyone around you that raised you. So, but do you want them to look at you and say, oh, your mom and dad are fucking shit? Or do you want to look at you and be like, your mom and dad are fucking fantastic? And I gave them something that they care about. Something because they like, for all else, they love their mother more than anything else. And that's what made them say, I'm going to be seen in a good light. Will they act up here and there? Of course they're children. But then they ran it back in. Like, I just look at them and they just ran it back in and then they're good again. I was like, cool. And then, we take it from like, okay, cool, you're doing good. And then they get these compliments from so many people and they're like, I don't know who they are. So they're just appreciating how you act and how you present yourself. So why? Because it's honestly, in this day and age, a lost sense of children being respectful and having manners and being able to say, you know what, that kid right there, I wish my kid was friends with that kid instead of the other kid. Kind of things like that. So then you get to show them good manners, good consistent bases, and how to like behave right. And say, what I mean is, because I told you kids, like from the beginning, I'm going to set you up for success for when you're older, no matter what, right? And like, yeah. So, do you know what that means? Say, oh, when we get a job or anything like that, and they just like child standpoint. So that's exactly. So if you want a good jobs, yeah, can you act crazy and stuff like that in an office and keep your job? Then they're like, no,
I
that doesn't
can't.
make sense. They're like, no, that doesn't make sense. Exactly. So you got to know when to turn it on and turn it off, and make sure you keep yourself under control here and there.
It's all
And
right.
they're like,
I'll be fine. I'll make them all bling Terry.
that's fine.
I'm going to send my kid to Camp Raider.
First off, I will take your kid, and unfortunately, you probably won't have a phone anymore afterwards. You'll probably have a paperweight. But yeah. Crow, this thing you sent me, that's what you wanted to do with that?
It would be a good transition when you want to get back on topic to
that's
the
I
other
just want to
thing,
make sure.
and it'll be a catch up for you.
Oh, holy fuck! It's 3 o'clock.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get this all wrapped up really fast. You about to get kiddo, and your kiddo's about to come home too. So yeah,
we can shut that side off of, if you need to do something, Jimmy. I don't. If I can keep going.
It's not yet. That's what I'm saying. I know 3 o'clock usually he's like,
this would be a good topic to, since you haven't seen most of the standings, and then it's a good cycle through of everything that happened throughout the 2-3 hours of the discussion, and then we can comment on for like 30 minutes and check the fuck out.
Yeah, that works for me.
Oh, you're gonna have so much fucking things to look into, and
you have no idea.
Well,
it's
I mean,
done.
but this is good fucking amount.
Good conversation, good amount, good perspective. So that's what I'm all about. So
yeah, we plugged every hole in the convo.
Yeah.
Amen, brother.
Full Diddy.
Don't like how you did that, but whatever.
Rub baby oil on the butt.
So this is 8 minutes long, which is funny. So yeah.
Would the survivors and victims who are here please stand up one more time? Just by show of hands, how many of you or your loved ones actually have met with the Department of Justice and provided testimony and estimate and evidence? None. And of those of you who have not met, which is everyone, how many of you have reached out either individually or through a lawyer or representative to offer to provide testimony and evidence? All of them. And of those all of you who have reached out, how many of you were denied or ignored by the Department of Justice? All of them. And despite the shameful and despicable efforts by Ms. Bondi and her department to intimidate you, how many of you are still willing to speak to the Department of Justice? All of them. Well, Ms. Bondi, it looks like you have some more witnesses to talk. Gentlemen, time has expired.
He tried to cut him off right there. What a fucking scumbag.
Oh, he did.
Talk to them.
But his time is up.
Any normal person in that situation, any normal prosecutor would have turned around and looked at them, first of all, shown them that basic decency and respect, and said, make sure to leave all your information, your lawyer's information, contact information with me before you leave. I will make sure someone from the Department of Justice reaches out to you this week, right? Like, how hard is that? Again, that's not a partisan issue. If you are a victim, if you are a crime victim who wants to speak to a prosecutor, wants to speak to
where
an
her
FBI
paycheck
agent,
is.
you should have the ability to do that. And this isn't just any case. This is a case that Pam Bondi has signed filings saying that there is extensive public interest in, with the most infamous pedophile in American history. So right after that clip, she was going around like showing a picture of an illegal alien that had committed a crime. Why aren't we talking about this? What issue do you have? Why do you keep trying to deflect from talking about the Epstein files and this crime that you have told the court you consider important? So it makes no sense. Not only does it not make sense, I would argue it's a violation of the Crime Victims' Rights Act, which says that crime victims have a right to confer with the government. It also says they have a right to fairness, dignity, and respect. And what she just did there, I mean, how smug she was, keeping her back to them, not acknowledging that complaint, which is a very valid complaint, and just saying, well, just call a hotline. No, deal with it.
Just
But she
call a
doesn't want to step
hotline.
up, and
That's
I
fucking
suspect
crazy.
the reason
I'm
she
gonna add
doesn't
that to
is
the
coming back
fucking
to something
noggin.
Marjorie Taylor Greene said when she talked to Donald Trump and said, why don't you just give the victims an audience in the Oval Office? Why don't you meet with them? And he said, they don't deserve an audience. And so she's taking her cues from him. It's very clear from, you see the binder of zingers she's got. She's a puppet. She doesn't have any independent train of thought here. She had, for each member of Congress, she had what she was going to say to kind of come back to whatever that they were saying. And it's all scripted. She doesn't have independent thought. This is not her Department of Justice. She is not running things here. She's clearly a puppet. Donald Trump doesn't want to meet with these victims. He has made it clear from the top he has no respect for them and isn't interested, and therefore she's taking her cues from him, and it's a disgrace.
Tara, I guess I'm mad at myself that I can still be shocked and horrified by Donald Trump and the people that work for him, but I'm shocked and horrified that they have made enemies out of the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
I don't know how you can do that. I mean, these women are victims when they were children of one of the most vile
and men.
And you know, I would
Dumb
agree
bitch.
with Christy. They said
Sorry.
case closed without conferring with the victims. And
It's not just
that
women,
does violate
even though
their
they're
Crime
only
Victims'
using
Rights
women
Act. I
to
mean, I'm
talk
not a
right now.
lawyer, but I'm pretty sure that you have to talk to the victims of the crime before you decide
There was one
verdict,
there
case closed, we're ending this.
in the courtroom.
And
Yes.
you know, all along, the
way better
Justice
looking than
Department
him.
hasn't cared about them at all. Pam Bondi seemed completely heartless. She seemed completely soulless, frankly, out there.
I know.
She seemed like she was working for Trump.
Wow.
She was Trump's defense attorney, and
We
she had
can
no
smell
interest
those
in
people, guys.
these women. 1,000 victims, by the way, all with the same
I
stories.
didn't call you hot,
And
Cheeto.
yeah, she didn't seem to care at all. And I don't see how that's going to help the Republicans going into the midterms. This is not the face they want.
Look at that
And
narrative.
It was a train wreck. It was a disaster. I don't know how else to describe it, but today was an embarrassment for them,
presidential
for the entire
everything and the fucking Congress.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know that Lutnick could look any worse than he already does, Tim Miller, but he sort of did. Like, if you've got someone, she's the one that was going on and on in defending Tulsi Gabbard being at the Georgia election office raid by saying, quote, we're inseparable, end quote, like we're besties. But she hasn't talked to Lutnick. I mean, her explanation was that, you know, basically like out of The Hangover, you know, 3 best friends, but she doesn't want to claim Lutnick, who happened to go to the island, and she's never talked to Lutnick after he just said yesterday before Congress that he and his wife and his kids and his nannies all went to the island, and he and his wife and his kids and all the nannies left the island. She just wasn't interested in talking to him about what he might have seen. I mean, the whole
If
sort
you
of
want to hear
farce
the whole narrative,
that she
you
had any
can.
interest in getting any information about any of the.
Stop that one. But yeah, that's fucking insane.
Dude, we need to watch the full Pam Bondi thing sometime together. I'm totally down to watch the full thing because I've only got about 45 minutes of it into my belt, and it's just horrifying.
So,
You're personally gonna get so pissed off of her interactions and answers.
Yeah, is she a fucking mother?
I don't know if she's a person.
Like, if she's a mom at all,
dude, it doesn't matter on this echelon of what we're talking about right now.
I know, but you get what I'm saying from the parental standpoint. Like,
she's protecting people that eat children. All right.
Yeah, when you view yourself outside of their nature,
there's no precedent for people that are protecting that people that are eating children and raping them, and then raping the dead children afterwards. There is no precedent for this. It doesn't matter if you have kids at that. There's no fucking way to dissect that kind of brain matter that is protecting that.
Yeah, I agree with that. But like, you know what I mean? Like, you know why I said that, right? You know why I said that though? Like, it's like, how could someone who even like if she was, I was like, how can they like think like that ever?
Because she's different. She's not like us. She's a class above. So they're a different set of beings.
We're cattle.
They're different.
Remember, we are cattle.
So
one of her main points is the Dow is up by 500.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Yeah. That was her main point. The Dow was up. The other main point reference, just call a hotline. We don't need to talk to you. That was to all the victims of the Epstein cases with evidence and testimonies. That's a hell of a reference even to the VA standards. I know you understand that one to a full fullement of the standard of doubt.
That right there just solidifies what Ari said in his interview.
Yeah, these people won't. They're not taking anything serious until there's violence.
Exactly. And the moment the violence happens,
3.6 billion. What happened to that? It turned into 267,000 really quick when fucking standards got brought in. And then it turned down to 200,000. And then 20,000 when a rabbi spoke out. That was fucking crazy. Numbers are funny.
I have to poop. I think I'm going to call it here.
Jimmy, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So, Crow.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know me, usually I can talk just fine, but like when I get angry,
no. And you knew, I'd already referenced this to you earlier. Like, this is a real struggle of maintaining my emotions in this.
Oh, yeah. I'm aware.
You know, whether from even the fucked up side of growing up and even to now, to this day, it is a full reference of it is nothing but visceral violence. And that's the only thing my mind goes to in this, and I have to well curate everything that I say.
Or else you're going to get...
Because it is violent. Like, it's that's all violent. I feel to these people.
The thing that pisses me off more is the fact of how the fuck is she still where she is?
I mean, how the fuck is the head of the FBI? He's had 2.5 years. He still hasn't even read all of the Epstein files. He hasn't gone over any of them. He said himself. That was in the next fucking standing of when they were interviewing him. That's a statement. He hasn't even read them.
I have, even myself, I've read, I think, 200 pages. And that's the ones curated just to this. And that's fucking a lot. And it's still doesn't touch the surface. That's the bare
minimum of the most...
Doesn't touch the surface. And it's like, how the fuck is somebody who's actually... their whole job and career is to do this, not touch anything with it.
Like even that video that we played for a little bit there that brought up the most primal, visceral feelings of anyone that is a parent or just has a soul.
Yeah.
Has a soul at all in them. At all. And I'm not even talking in like a religious standard, like just a basic humanistic standard of what I see as a soul. Like, this is a child saying those things.
That's
yeah, my daddy cups up the baby parts.
Mm-mm.
And then they...
Yeah, that's... So, I know a lot of people don't think that I care because of how my demeanor is, but that's something I will...
That's graveyard standards.
That's fucking miserable, horrible, horrid, and I just want to fucking...
You can't fix it, because we're fixers. As men, even from our age, whether... Even there's still youngins in this day and age, too, being brought up right. At a consistent basis, and they're struggling at anything of this time in life that they're being brought up into because they can't be men. You can't protect anymore. Then you're getting sued because you pushed a female out of the way of a fucking car. What? All right,
you didn't have permission to touch me, but I saved your life, so you didn't, die. I didn't get your permission, so I'm suing you.
Yeah, here's the K out of your pocket. Good luck working on that.
The world itself is fucking a mess. Just, like I said, doing this is, brings it to light to a lot of people who don't really keep track of it. Because there's, like I said, it goes to that everybody's over, overworked, overstressed, and they don't fucking know because they're trying to survive. Like you said earlier, they're just trying to fucking just barely survive, so they don't know everything yet.
And even if they do, there's nothing that you can
do. Yeah, not anything you can fucking do.
It's like the compound of energy use. You can eat all the food in the fucking world and use those calories to do something. You can work out, you can think, you can not sleep and work on everything in life, but the action to try and fix this is no single man's availability. Like, you would die and you would kill yourself trying because there is no longer a standard of what they've made that can be solved by even a small group of people.
That in itself is fucking
terrifying.
It's not just terrifying to me, it's just demoralizing on top.
Yeah.
Because
you want to change something.
I do. I always want to change everything. You know that.
Yeah,
I
me too, man.
Like, it's not even for my fucking self. It's just, make everything
just for the betterment of when I'm gone.
Exactly. That's the whole purpose. I thought that was the whole purpose of fucking,
footprints in the sand.
Yeah, what, like even Tony, like I asked him this question. Now, just like, what do you want to leave behind? Like,
I just want to leave footprints so someone else can follow eventually.
Upsetting.
Yeah.
But goddamn,
we almost made it to 4.
Yeah, but Crow, I really appreciate you a lot, man.
Love you, brother.
It's we're gonna cut it off before I fucking get emotional because
leave it in there.
No, not yet. I'm not ready for that yet. Because the give and take, you know that.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch this, and it's gonna happen all over again. So we're gonna keep this, keep ourselves together. Everything you've watched so far, appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This is Join the Rate Podcast. Pro, Jimmy, and myself. We've had some talks, had some stories. You've had little rants here and there. Share it with somebody who might have interest in it. Like it. Comment if you agree or disagree with our standpoints. Please, because honestly, I don't mind having the conversation, as you can tell, even if it's different from mine or it's completely opposite of mine. We will fucking have the conversation. Because I believe in having the conversation no matter what, no matter how hard it is.
Wish to have a conversation, there will be a conversation. That's the best part about what we can do together now as people is truly coming together. It doesn't matter if we have the same beliefs or not. It's we the people at this point.
We the people.
Mm-hmm.
Words
good way to leave it.
Is a good way to leave it. All right. Goodbye, y'all.